Into length and a half, Rigadoon from Franco Envoy. Next in the running line as they make their way around the first turn is Chantre in front of his Kiwi Az. Just two classies on the pegs, 1.5 Beacon Hill and 3 wide Whoosh Factor. Southern GNP between runners and Mark Denario's inside of them. A length and a half away last of all is Scotland Mark. Running up the side with about 14.75 to go. And Marshall Star and Jimmy Curtin out by a length and a half. Racing Park second is Justice Sip on the outside, racing free-legged, and KC Pedro is trailing third. One out and one back, Rigadoon from Be Happy. Next in the running line is Chantre. Over on the pegs is Franco Envoy. 3 wide Wish Factor hasn't had much luck. He's caught on a limb and is going forward now and bringing Southern GNP up on its back, and also Scotland Mark moves. Next is Kiwi Az. Mark Denario's aboard the train. Just too classy second last, and Beacon Hill whips them in. Out near the 1,000-metre mark they go, and it's Marshall Star leading the way. Into second spot now is Whoosh Factor and 3 wide Southern GNP whooshing by the Factor. Leaders back is KC Pedro and Scotland Mark 3 wide. Next to the pegs, Be Happy. Mark Denario 3 wide following the other mark in the race, and Beacon Hill's aboard the train. Just a sip between horses from his Kiwi Az 3 wide. And next in between runners is Rigadoon from Franco Envoy. Chantre's on the move, but second last, and last between horses, Just Too Classy. Southern GNP rolled to the lead and is out by a length over Scotland Mark. Mark Denario gallop coming off the back. Lost about a length or so, and hooked wide on the track, allowed Beacon Hill up 3 wide when it did gallop. Dexter took it straight out of the way, but it comes again, Mark Denario. And there's a line of 4 about to turn in. Marshall Star's keen to get on with the job from the trail, just waits on the go, harness lane. Whoosh Factor held up from his Kiwi Az, and just a sip into the straight they come. Southern GNP, Scotland Mark, inside run Marshall Star, no run Whoosh Factor, and then Beacon Hill, and just a sip as Kiwi Az, Chantre and Just Too Classy on the outside rail. Southern GNP, a length and a half, Scotland Mark, leaders travelling like the winner though. Marshall Star the inside from Whoosh Factor, but it's all Southern GNP, and the favourites home here. Southern GNP beat Marshall Star, third Scotland Mark, and then Chantre and Whoosh Factor from KC Pedro, Be Happy, Rigadoon. Next in Justice Sip from Beacon Hill is Kiwi Az, Just Too Classy, and the last two in Franco Envoy, who went for a gallop at the 100, and Mark Denario whipped them in. 13.5 and 11. 13 Southern GNP, Blair Orange and Ken Barron, 2.10 140. 5 Marshall Star, $8.90, and 11 Scotland Mark at $1.70. Got around the field nice and early. Found the, mid-race, I should say, found the lead getting down the back. And despite the fact there was plenty of pressure turning in with a line of 4, the horse responded gamely and has won the race. For Gavin Douglas and PG Chamberlain, Blair Orange and Ken Barron from West Milton, this 3-year-old by level diet of gross misconduct. 5 Marshall Star by Badlands Hanover out of Welcome Star, a 4-year-old Bay Gelding. Jim Curtin and Nick Lalever from Whedon's. And 11 Scotland Mark is by Mark 3 out of Scotland Jane, 4-year-old Bay Gelding. Mark Jones and Dean Taylor from Ladbrokes. Waiting for some dividends to come up on the previous race. The favourite is in the money on the 7th. Matty Cross is going to call races 8 and 9 for you. The first of them, the DNA Structures Pace at 6.15 is all clear, and 13 to run in that. Mark Gallagher won't be too far away. Alexandra Park's due in 5 minutes. Quinella 42.20, trifecta 264.80.
Second.
Favourite's been too good. Number 13, Southern GNP. Pretty comfortable win there. Win number 2 at start number 5 today. We'll have that result all official for you very shortly. Meanwhile, at Alexandra Park, the first race has gone back 3 minutes. Number 7, Express Stride, the short price favourite, 161.12. And Craig Thompson, I liked your confidence about him when you were talking earlier.
He's a very good horse, Liz. Looking forward to seeing him go round. We haven't seen him since the 31st of December where he ran third behind Have Faith in Me. He's drawn out at barrier number 7 tonight, but there's a little bit of speed on here, and I think they'll go pretty hard. I think get over the top of them here, Express Stride for Tony Hurley, beautifully bred by Better's Delight out of Laura Ella. Of course, he raced so well at 2 and really wasn't a natural 2-year-old. He's a big boy and he's growing into that frame at the moment, so I think he'll be better at 3, and I can see him come Derby time in a few weeks being very competitive up against the Mark Purdon contingent. So for me, Express Stride, very hard to beat. Dangers are my Kiwi mate. We'll talk to Barry Purdon. He's got a strong hand here at Alexandra Park tonight. He trains runner 1, Start Dreaming, and 4, Delightful Offer. Thanks for your time, Barry. Got a big team in tonight. Let's get through them. Starting in the first, 2 in the first. Start Dreaming. We'll talk about her first. Very good on debut, Barry, and comes up with Barry 1.
Yeah, no, she's a nice filly too, Craig, and we bought her at the trials on Saturday. She won nicely, and I think she'll give a good account of herself. Big step up tonight for her, but she's capable.
Good gate speed on Saturday too, Barry, and with no second row here, she should posse up pretty handy to the speed.
Yeah, I'd say she'd probably nearly lead out anyway, and then Zach will just make a decision from there on.
Second runner, Delightful Offer. Sean Grayling takes the drive. Done a good job this season.
Yeah, he has. He's a tough wee fella. He always goes a good race, and he's always round about. But probably the key for him would be if they went along pretty hard all the way. And he's a try. He's always there. Yeah.
With his thoughts on his 2 runners in the first, we'll catch up with Barry prior to every race at tonight. He's got, as I say, a big part to play. For me, Express Stride on top. Dangers. Definitely 3 My Kiwi Mate, the horse on screen at the moment. This one trained by Bunty Hughes. Very, very good winner at Cambridge last start in a quick 2:39. So I think he will be very competitive in the first runner, number 3 My Kiwi Mate. Got to have Start Dreaming in from the inside here. She's a lovely filly and she trialled up nicely Saturday. Showed good gate speed to lead and to win that trial. So have her in the mix. And of the rest, Little Rascal, Barrier number 2, a winner in the maiden race last week, but the Robert Dunn team were on fire here last week, and I can see that run continuing into tonight. So for me, it's 7 on top to beat runners 3, 1 and 2. Can tell you the non-tote 2-year-old trot was taken up impressively by Gershwin, trained by Sean McCaffrey. Showed a lot of speed to lead and was far too good for them in the 2-year-old trot, Gershwin. Aaron White, as I come to you out a minute and a half from race number 1 as we get that result from Moch Carrara, 13, 5 and 11. Southern GMP, the favourite, takes out race number 7. Big night here at the park. Of course, we've got the American driver Tim Tetrick here on track tonight. We'll catch up prior to race number 5. Of course, he's won about 8,500 races, Tim, and about 153 million in stakes. I think he's won around about 13 Breeders' Crowns and 4 Meadowland Paces. He is world-class. Great to have him here. Of course, he's heading towards Australia in a couple of weeks, representing the USA in the World Drivers' Champs. He is certainly one of the highlights here at Alexandra Park.
He is. He's on the Fascinator tonight in race number 5 as number 6 at 5 minutes to 8 o'clock, and it's always good to watch these Americans too because they're pretty flamboyant, aren't they, in the sulkies, and we're getting very, very close to the American sulkies now in Australasian harness racing, and yeah, they don't mind swinging out the back, that's for sure, and I'm sure we'll see that from Tim a wee bit later on tonight and behind the Fascinator. Good luck to him. With his first drive, I think it will be 2 here at Alexandra Park. In the first, though, 7, 1, 3 and 4. Express Stride, the Better's Delight to Colt. He's up for a performance incentive bonus tonight. He's looked very good thus far as a 3-year-old. Of course, he was placed in the Jewels prior to his spell. Tony Hurley. Start Dreaming, plenty to like about her. The American Ideal filly, Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon, nice win on debut. She was a very good winner at the workouts last Saturday. Off the inside, she's a definite player from there. My Kiwi Mate, always had a lot of time for this. Better's Delight gelding. Shane Butcher for Bunty Hughes was a slick winner at Cambridge when last produced, and the 4 Delightful Offer just continues to race consistently well, doesn't he? Another son of Better's Delight with the runners in. Alabaram for the first of 10 tonight for the Auckland Trotting Club. Join the ATC 2015 Racing Syndicate. Expressions of interest are now being taken by Rob Carr and 021227644. Grab your friends and have some fun together as owners with the Auckland Trotting Club 2015 Syndicate, and don't miss the opportunity to be involved. Now into the lane they come. Join the ATC 2015 Syndicate Mobile Pace. Express Stride off the outside of the mobile, the favourite, and the green light flashes, they're off. And off stride early is Little Rascal here, losing its chance right from the word go. The stablemate's out fast, Delightful Offer and Start Dreaming. Start Dreaming's right up on the nickel. Doesn't want Delightful Offer to go past. My Kiwi Mate will settle down in third as they work the stables corner. Then She Don't Love Me, Prince of Pops, Express Stride back at the end. Start Dreaming, the American Ideal filly. Zach Butcher leads. Up on the outside, Delightful Offer's been restrained. He'll have to sit park because my Kiwi mate's got underneath to get the nice run in the trail. There's a good half a dozen lengths away to She Don't Love Me, then Prince of Pops and Express Stride. And after that early gallop, Little Rascal, there's no chance. 41-1 was the lead time. Start Dreaming to the end of the back straight and turning on to the showgrounds, turn a length and a half. My Kiwi mate Shane Butcher's got that lovely run in the trail. Here's the favourite Express Stride taking off now for Hurley. The $1.60 favourite at the 1400 is whipping around the outside, and he'll look to take the lead off Start Dreaming. She wanted to over race though when Delightful Offer was in that position. Prince of Pops is back in the field, and She Don't Love Me. Express Stride at the 1200 metres does stride on to the lead. Start Dreaming does get up onto the nickel. 32 is the opening quarter. Then my Kiwi mate Prince of Pops is inching forward, parked around Delightful Offer, and She Don't Love Me's in the 1-1. Last of the winning chances for Peter Ferguson with 1,000 metres left to go. Express Stride just buttons the speed off on the Stables Corner final time. Will set it up for a sprint home. Start Dreaming now in the trail and sitting out park Prince of Pops. My Kiwi mate now locked away, 3 back on the inside of She Don't Love Me. And back last of the winning chances, Delightful Offer. Little Rascal after a gallop out of the mobile is well out of contention. 31-7 the second quarter. Express Stride through the back, and they're not going at any great speed either, down to the 600 metre mark over Prince of Pops and Start Dreaming. She Don't Love Me. My Kiwi mate and Delightful Offer, they're going to really whistle this last 400 metres. Hurley, he hasn't let the favourite go yet. Express Stride, this beautiful son of Better's Delight, leads by 3/4. Prince of Pops now goes up on the outside to put some speed in. 31-5 the quarter down the back. Look out for a sizzling last 400 here. Start Dreaming, She Don't Love Me, then Delightful Offer, My Kiwi mate, Express Stride for home. Hurler, he leads by a length up on the outside. Prince of Pop, She Don't Love Me, Start Dreaming, passing lane, Delightful Offer down the outside. Express Stride at the 100. He's got the situation well in control. Wasn't that a heady drive by Hurler? My Kiwi mate will flash home and get second. Maybe just in a photo with Delightful Offer, My Kiwi mate. They were followed She Don't Love Me back in the field, then to Start Dreaming, Prince of Pops, and Little Rascal was no chance after that early gallop. 2:44 and home in 27.5. Express Stride will pick up a performance incentive bonus tonight. Pretty easy, wasn't it? Comfortable Tony Hurley drive once he secured the lead at the 1200. He's walked them and continued to walk them to about the 300, and really it was only a charge up the lane at Alexandra Park. My Kiwi mate on that 27.5 final quarter has made up good ground to be in this photo with Delightful Offer. They are wide apart. Maybe Delightful Offer will get that over My Kiwi mate. And then She Don't Love Me. Join the Auckland Trotting Club 2015 Syndicate Mobile. First favourite in, that being Express Stride.
Official placings race 1, the Join the ATC 2015 Racing Syndicate Mobile Pace. 743561. 743561. Horse 7 Express Stride paced the 2200 metres in 2:44.09. It's a mile rate of 2 minutes. Last 859, the 427.5. The margin's 1 length, a nose 1 length. 743561. Race 1, the Join the ATC 2015 Racing Syndicate Mobile Pace.
The fanfare for the indication of the performance incentive bonus struck by the owners of Express Stride. E&M Stride Corporation, Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. Better's Delight Brown, 3-year-old colt out of Laura Ella, bred by the Hardwood Breeding Syndicate. One of the favourites for the upcoming Woodlands Northern Derby. And the Woodland Stud sponsored reinsman and the Mitavite sponsored reinsman Tony Hurley back at the head of the field, greeted by Rob Carr, our manager of the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicates. David Turner, race night steward down there, part of the victory celebrations also. Nice win by Express Stride, his 4th career victory at start 13. 4 Delightful Offer for second. Better's Delight Bay, 3-year-old gelding at a dream offer for Mrs. KJ Purden, the Solid Gold Standard Breds. Mrs. C. Norsbaum, along with the Clearview Racing number 5 Syndicate, and DJ Edwards, Barry Purden, Sean Grayling. And in for third was 3 My Kiwi Mate, Better's Delight Classic Nymph. 3-year-old bay gelding for PC Bolt B. Hughes. The estate of JF Toomey and the 442 Syndicate. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore. And Shane Butcher. 7 Express Stride at $1.60, $1.30, $1.60 and $1.30. 4 Delightful Offer, $6 even, $6. And no third dividend for 3 My Kiwi Mate. Quinella, $14.90, $14.90. Trifecta, $61.20, $61.20. First 4, $231.50, $231.50. Early quaddie gets underway on race 2, the Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February, 6th of March. Handicap trot, 2,200 metres, no scratchings. That race time to go at 26 minutes after 6 o'clock.
For Angela Turnwald, 786 there in race number 4. Now we're at Ipswich on start time, meeting code 23, race 1, number 7, Antidentite. We'll see, 217, 280 is the favourite. Steve Hawkins has gone 7 to beat 1, 3 and 4. His selection 7 on top to beat 1, 3 and 4. After this one, we're back at Mocha Carrara for the first leg of the quaddie, not too far away. At 6:15, quaddie poll up over $7,000, so hopefully should reach 5 figures. They're about to box them. Here's the first at Ipswich.
Okay. Thanks, Rich. Yes. A few geniuses. Righto. One's the favourite, Magic Kitchen. Anti-Dentite at $2.30. We're just about ready to go. Stand by. Set to run. Racing. Magic Kitchen away fast out in the centre. Anti-Dentite was away very quickly. It's going to lead the way. Anti-Dentite got away by a couple on Just Garris at big odds. Then followed by Miss Felix around the outside. Then Detroit Muscle. Miss Garris lost its spot. Magic Kitchen. Back behind those was Maggie Merlot. And a breakaway in the field then as they're about to straighten up for home. Ringtail Ringo. And back at the rear, Galway Sunset. But Anti-Dentite is well clear. It's home. Anti-Dentite wins and wins easily. Beat Miss Felix. Photo third. Detroit Muscle or Magic Kitchen could go either way. Then Magic Merlot back in 5th. Ringtail Ringo. Just Garris and Galway Sunset at the rear. Stand by. Wait for the details. After the running of race number 1. Not quite sure what's happened with our Sky feed there early. 250 ran second favourite, 130 Miss Felix. $25.21.
Favourite delivers number 7, Anti-Dentite. It'll be 7-8, then 4 will just get third ahead of 1. 7-8-4-1 there in the first at Ipswich. Here's the result from race number 1 at Alexandra Park. Number 7, Express Stride, took it out $1.60 and $1.30. Number 4, Delightful Offers, $6 and 3. My Kiwi Mate, no third dividend. The 4-7 Quinella pays $14.90. Trifecta 7-4-3, $61.20. And the first 4, not bad with the $1.60 favourite on top. 7-4-3 and 5 pays $231.15. So that was the first at Auckland Harness. We've also just seen the previous at the Greyhounds. There at Wanganui, it was taken up by 7 Wheelie Chili, pays $461.20. Number 8, Scott No Mates, $170 and $6 11. Quinella 7 with 8 pays $490. Trifecta 786, $38.70. First 4, 7864 pays $199.90. Double 5 with 7, $4. The concession 5 with 8, $1.90. And we've already got that result from Ipswich coming through as well. The first they're taken out by the favourite, number 7, Anti-Dentite. We'll have that result for you in just a moment. And there it is. 7 Anti-Dentite pays $340, $140. Number 8 Miss Felix, $170, and 4 Detroit Muscle just getting third at $290. Quinella 7 with 8 pays $710. The trifecta 784, $75.50. And the first 4 is 784 and 1 pays $227.60. That was meeting code 23 race number 1. And now we're back at Mocha Carrara. 4 minutes out here from race number 8. 10 Pay Me Visa. He's in great is the favourite for Blair Orange. 280, 145 with the bookies. 370, 140 on the tote. He finished third last start and behind Moon Angel. Hit the line strongly, beaten just over a length, and was a winner 2 starts back on the 31st of January. Number 4 is Buzzkill, the second favourite. 340, 145 fixed at 380, 130. On the tote. Today the sliding blinds go on and the blinds come off. She's a 4-year-old mare by Better's Delight. Was 5th last done behind Moon Angel, and prior to that a couple of solid placings. Craig Thompson did actually provide a suggested quaddie, just if you're interested. Race number 8, he went with 4 and 10 in the first leg, 4 and 10. Second leg, he went 4, 7, 8, 11. So second leg, 4, 7, 8, 11. Leg number 3, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 in the third leg. And race 11, the last leg, 4, 7, 10, 11 in the last leg. So $48 would get you 50%. That is Craig Thompson's suggested quaddie here at Mocha Carrara. 3 minutes out from race number 8, and I can say a very good evening to you, Matt Cross.
Yeah, hi Liz, and hi to all our tracksiders. Sun's gone down here at the Mont, but still not bad weather conditions, getting a wee bit nippy on it, but on the 11 race program, we're up to race number 8 here, and as you did mention, Liz, first leg of the quaddie. I think the punters have got it right here on the tote. 360, 140 around Pay Me Visa. Look, not a bad horse, starting to hit its straps now. The 3-year-old by McCardle over the sprint trip here on the grass is going to be hard from its draw, but I'd imagine the driver in form, Blair Orange, he'll be taking the short way home with this one, Pay Me Visa. 360, 140. Bookies offering a wee bit less, $2.80. There is a horse on screen, number 10. Found it in on top here. I just think there's not a lot of exposed form around anything else in the race. Pay Me Visa has the best form, and behind the likes of Moon Angel, I Got a Star, and beat home Super Shakes 2 starts back. Good field nonetheless for the others. Buzzkill's another one who deserves to be well in the market, $4, $1.40. 4-year-old mare by Better's Delight has the sliding blinds on today, blinds come off, and from its handy barrier draw, hasn't had one of those in the last couple, and it's finished 3rd and 5th respectively. Both of those runs coming on the grass, and James Geddes trains this one at Green Park. He has a superb strike rate with his horses. James trains alongside of his father Jim. They have a beautiful property out there in Green Park, about, what, it'd be 25 minutes from here I suppose. Found it in for 3rd, put Scotland Justice in ahead of it, 4th run back, this one by Live or Die to the Dean Taylor Barn. We saw Scotland Mac go a good race in the previous race, so you must have it in from the barrier. And then you're looking around number 6, Georgie Mac, has won on the grass and placed on another occasion from just the 6 goes, and I think it's just starting to hit a bit of fitness now after 3 runs back. Did finish 3rd 2 starts ago on the grass at Oamaru and behind Son Sue. Son Sue, very fast mare, and you must have that one in. So 10, 3, 4 and 6 as we tick closer to a minute out from start time of the others. Well, Supreme Sign's got the plum barrier draw here, having start 72, and the market probably suggests his chances at $101. Daughtry Bromac was good enough last time in, 3 runs back this occasion have just been okay. It's a $14 chance, so the punters and the bookies haven't really let it go too much. Sage Creek number 5's $101 chance. Last time he paid that, he probably won third. I think he strung 3 or 4 thirds together at really long odds. Have to respect the Parson colours. Number 13, Ko-Fi Creek at $12.80 and $4.60. Did win here on the grass 2 starts back, beating home Sandvik Star in a 2-7 mile rate. They came home in 62 there, and it's got the outside of the second row barrier draw here with those infamous colours of John Parsons. Just his name down with the Trotters, trains alongside of Karen with the Gallopers. About to move up now for race number 8. This is the DNA Structures pace over 2,170 metres. The favourite is number 10, Pay Me Visa, $291.60, $2.80 with the bookies. Next best, number 4, Buzzkill, $481.50, $3.60, $471.90 around Scotland Justice, number 3. This does begin the quaddie on the last 4 races here this evening, so good luck to you if you're having a play in that. Supreme Sign is going to come in as the pole horse now. He's a $101 chance to win the race. Drawn alongside of it is Bite the Dust. Scotland Justice comes forward with Buzzkill just waiting on Sage Creek to move around. Daughtry Bromack and Georgie Mack to come forward with Arcano. Give the job to Barnsey. Second line, Dr. McDreamy goes up in the air. He's back down on his feet now. Scotland Justice just a little bit reluctant to come forward. He does so now. Blinks is out of the road. Ready. Strand fly. No racing. Now Georgie Mack has bobbled away. So too is Sage Creek. Scotland Justice just a tad slow. All of those paces settling, barring Georgie Mack, and Pay Me Visa also a wee bit slow. The quickest away is Give the Job to Barnsey. He crosses down from his outside barrier, and Tom Versteeg takes him to the front. Leads by 2 lengths on Buzzkill. Third in the open is Daughtry Bromack and Arcano. The grey is moving 3 wide. Supreme Sign is 3 back on the markers with a lap to go. Followed then by Bite the Dust on the inside of Sage Creek, 2 to Scotland Justice. 3 away then Ko-Fi Creek from Dr. McDreamy. It's all over now, goes through on the markers. Pay Me Visa last of the bunch, and 12 lengths away then to Georgie Mack. Up the side they go. They run inside the mile and Give the Job to Barnsey. After that brilliant beginning, leads a length and a half to Buzzkill. Arcano, after a 3 wide surge early, is now left parked around Supreme Sign. The next pair, Daughtry Bromack on the outside of Bite the Dust from Sage Creek, the running line. A length and a half away then at the 1,400 metres is Scotland Justice from Ko-Fi Creek. Moving through on its inside as It's All Over now, shades it by a length. Then came Dr. McDreamy, a length and a half away then to the favourite Pay Me Visa, which spots the leader 10 lengths down into the back of the track, and 12 away last is Georgie Mack, 1,200 to go. And it is Give the Job to Barnsey, leading by 1 length on Sage Creek after a mid-race move is now parked. Scotland Justice moves round 3 wide and it gets to the chair. Buzzkill third and behind the leading pair, followed by Supreme Sign and Arcano. At the 1,000 metre mark, Bite the Dust is now 5 back on the inside. Then came Daughtry Bromack. From It's All Over now, 2 to Ko-Fi Creek from Dr. McDreamy and Pay Me Visa, and tailed off is Georgie Mack. Scotland Justice worked around and took over and leads a length and a half on Give the Job to Barnsey. Left parked third, Sage Creek, followed by Buzzkill and Arcano together. Then came Supreme Sign and Daughtry Bromack. It's All Over now, got away from the inside and is now on the running line. Around Bite the Dust, Pay Me Visa goes forward 3 wide. Daughtry Bromack out in front of it. Ko-Fi Creek and 2 to Dr. McDreamy. Scotland Justice held together by CJ DeFilippi, leads a half a length on Sage Creek. Daughtry Bromack has come up and joined them 3 wide. Pay Me Visa right on its back with a trail. Arcano locked up the centre. Give the Job to Barnsey behind the leader from Buzzkill. Supreme Sign. Then came Ko-Fi Creek and It's All Over now. It is Scotland Justice turning first. Sage Creek travels okay the outer. Out wider then came Daughtry Bromack from Pay Me Visa. It's Sage Creek on the outside of Scotland Justice. Daughtry Bromack, Arcano looking for room, and Pay Me Visa starting to wind up now. Sage Creek and Scotland Justice. Here's Pay Me Visa. Buzzkill throw on the inside, but it's Pay Me Visa. Pay Me Visa last to first wins it, beat Buzzkill third over Scotland Justice. Fourth, Sage Creek from Give the Job to Barnsey. Arcano, It's All Over now. Supreme Sign, Dr. McDreamy, Daughtry Bromack. Ko-Fi Creek, then came Bite the Dust and Georgie Mack after an early mistake is the last one to clock in. Number 10, Pay Me Visa. Blair Orange, $281.20. Was last until about the 800 metre mark. Got aboard the 3 wide train. And Daughtry Bromack dragged it into the race beautifully. Not asked to go until about the 200 metre mark, and it's let down nicely in the centre of the track. The son of McCardle out of Pay Me Girl for PF Doherty, WD Kennedy and Rebecca Sartorius makes it win 2 at start 8 this afternoon. Andrew Stewart trains it at Rangiora. Buzzkill will be second, and third Scotland Justice just ahead of Sage Creek, who at big odds will spice up the first 4, but the punter's got it bang on here in my books. Pay Me Visa, well, it was punter's order, punter home. So Buzzkill will get home in for a bit of minor money alongside of the other one there, Scotland Justice. But that's not a bad win, actually, to come from that far back at about the 800 metre mark and be able to sustain that sprint for as long as what it did after working hard. Had one come out in front of it past the 600 metre mark, and a progressive type makes it win 2 at start 8 this afternoon. Third and behind Moon Angel at its last start, only a length away then. It was a win of the start before and beat Super Shakes there, and I would imagine that won't be the last win for number 10, Pay Me Visa. Well, I'll wait for the judges' call to come through here on race number 8. Here he is now, Mark Gallagher.
The winner is 10, Pay Me Visa. Second, 4, Buzzkill. And third, 3, Scotland Justice. Fourth has gone to 5, Sage Creek. From 9, Give the Job to Barnsey. And 7, Arcano. 10, 4, 3, 5, 9, 7. The margin's 1 length, a short neck, a nose, 1.5 lengths. The winner's time was 2:53.4, a mile rate of 2:08.6. The last 860.2.
Favourite takes out the first leg of the quaddie, number 10, Pay Me Visa. Favourites go 1, 2, 3 in the rank outside, and number 5, Sage Creek, has finished in 4th. Next up, we're back at Alexandra Park. After this race, we'll be joined by Mark Cookson in the studio. Favourite here is number 10, I've Got This. $2 1.15 fixed, 2.10 1.20 on the tote. Craig Thompson, as we come to you, what have you got on top here?
Yeah, Liz, I'm thinking I've Got This as the one to beat, but I was taken with the way that Pyramid Monarch went through the parade ring here. If I was backing one on looks, and how they let, just works out perfectly. They're both on screen at the same time. These would be my top 2. I've Got This was super here at the workouts on Saturday, and Pyramid Monarch caught my eye going through the parade ring, and he's parading in wonderful order. So for me, 10 to beat 3. That's how I'd be going in race number 2. Outside them, 5 Very Persuasive and 7 Cyberspace. 10, 3, 5 and 7. I caught up with I've Got This driver earlier on in the night. That was Matt Purvis, and this is what he had to say. Thanks for your time, Matt. Nice race tonight for I've Got This, and a really good trial here on Saturday.
Yeah, Hoy and RJ, they were wrapped with how he trialled. He finished hard on with the hood on behind Dr. Hook, so we're going in confident. 2,200
metres tonight. Is it a case of, that they go hard, he's a good star and gives you a best opportunity?
Yeah, he's a horse with plenty of upside, and I hope they do go quite hard early because he'll be booming home at the finish, so I'll hopefully be able to just mooch around and get handy, and we'll see how we go.
Mate, tell us a bit more about yourself. First time on trackside in Auckland anyway. How many winners have you driven?
I've driven 12 now. I've had a purple patch at the moment. I think I've had about 7 winners in the last sort of 5 weeks, so it's about time. So,
you enjoying your time at the Duns?
Oh yeah, they're great to work for, and we've got plenty of horses, so I'm getting plenty of opportunities now. So hopefully it continues.
Mate, good chance tonight, and I've Got This in the second tonight, and I'm sure you do a good job. Thanks for your time tonight, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, nice young man, Matt Purvis, and driving well at the moment. This one, family owned, I've Got This, owned by Gracie Meadows Farm, and doing a really, really good job. Has had 4 starts at Alexandra Park, 2 wins and a placing, as we get that result from Mochikarara. Pay Me Visa 281.20, Buzzkill 170, Scotland Justice 190, Quinellas 480, Trifecta's 28.20, first 4 10 4 3 5, $749.10. That was the first leg of the quaddie. So how do we analyse this race? For me, I've Got This with the speed and a good beginning. The one to beat, best value, Pyramid Monarch. Only off 10 metres and only one off the front. Steps quickly. He's right in it throughout, Pyramid Monarch. Brad Williamson up to drive for Phil. I thought Very Persuasive, an ex-Williamson horse, now with Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett. Jack McKinnon aboard. Definite include in Cyberspace for Josh Dickey and John Dickey. Ben Butcher takes the drive in the junior drivers race. She won well last start at Alexandra Park, defeating Our Dainty Lady. And when she gets it right, she likes to run along a bit, so the 2,200 metres really suits her. 10, 3, 5 and 7. Aaron's numbers 10, 7, 5 and 2 for race number 2 tonight. Aaron, it is the trot, and a good trot field, over the 2,700 metres for the junior drivers, the Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and the 6th of March handicap trot. Back marker, I've got this, very hard to beat.
He will be very hard to beat coming back into this company as well. He's up for a performance incentive bonus as well. Express Stride picking up one of those in the first. Matt Purvis doing the driving for Robert Dunn. He certainly does look very hard to beat. The Love You Gelding. He's on top for me over the 7 Cyberspace. She was a very good winner here last Friday night. Does mix her manners in subsequent form as we've seen so far this season. She'll need to do everything right again here for Brecon Farms. The Muscles Yankee mare, Ben Butcher for John and Joshua Dickey. 5 very persuasive, I thought was very good on this track. First look at Alexandra Park a couple of weeks ago and behind El Bundy. And 2 Macarowa Jake was a game winner last Friday night, just getting the better of My Mum's a Star right on the line. Robbie Close for Tony Barron. 10, 7, 5 and 2 to open the early quaddie for me here, Craig.
Thanks, Aaron. Yes, you've got about a minute to get involved in that quaddie. Nothing through from the racing desk at this stage. A little bit quiet for the first couple of races. I'm sure those will pass on the information like they did last night when a large multi finished on the winner of the last for a huge total. So I'm sure the boys will pass on the bets as they come through tonight. If you're playing into the quaddie and you've still got time to get involved, leg number 2, Democrat Party, the Orange Agent. That's all you need. Runners 2 and 6. The Brecon Young Guns heat number 4, race number 4. I thought Walkinshaw, runner number 4, very hard to beat. Got to put in Co Black, last week's winner. And maybe Best Scribe if you're looking for a little bit of an upset. And into the last leg, I thought Same Name was good last week, will improve with the run. The Faithful from barrier number 2. And yes, the Fascinator with Tim Tetrick aboard in the last leg of that quaddie. That quaddie pool approaching $10,000. So get on that phone account. If you're in your TAB, get up to that window. Get involved in race number 2. Favourite will start off the 20-metre handicap. His name is I've Got This. Here's Aaron's call on the first leg of the quaddie.
I've got this from 20 metres behind. Thanks, Craig, as the Square Gators face up to starter Frank Phelan. Junior drivers here for race 2 for the early quaddie out of Alexandra Park. Set and ready for action. Barrier strands released now from the 2200, and they all come down and trotting too in the early stages, apart from My Mum's a Star, who just rolls into a gallop after 20 metres. First out will be Pyramid Monarch and Brad Williamson to lead from Very Persuasive, and then Getaway Doug. Tarn will settle down in 4th. They're followed by Macarowa Jake, Easy Empress as they work the stables corner. Cyberspace back in the field, My Mum's a Star back down and trotting. Moment of Truth behind her, and the favourite will settle last. I've Got This for Matt Purvis. 1,800 metres left to go. Pyramid Monarch will trot them into the back, a length and a half over Very Persuasive. That gets the lovely drag along in the trail for Jack McKinnon. 2 lengths away then to Getaway Doug and Tony Cameron. 4 lengths Tarn and Joe Mocha. 4 lengths back then to Macarowa Jake and Robbie Close as Cyberspace has galloped out the back here. Easy Empress, Sean Kane the next. Lead time in 50 seconds. A break of 3 or 4 My Mum's a Star and Kimberly Butt as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn. Back in the field is Moment of Truth and Jacob Wallace, and I've Got This still back last, and now No Chance Cyberspace after her gallop through the back straight. So working towards the lane and 1,250 left to go. Pyramid Monarch has settled nicely in the lead. From in second, Very Persuasive, Getaway Doug, Macarowa Jake moving forward on the outside. Tarn 4 back the markers. Easy Empress away from the markers to take 1-1 cover. I've Got This on the back of her. Then My Mum's a Star and Moment of Truth, the last of the winning chances. Cyberspace, No Chance after that gallop. 33.1 the opening quarter. Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and the 6th of March trot. Stables Corner final time, and I've Got This, the favourite, starts his claim from midfield around runners. Pyramid Monarch still leads though from Macarowa Jake. I've Got This 3 wide around those, then Very Persuasive, Easy Empress, Getaway Doug and Tarn. Back in the field is My Mum's a Star and Moment of Truth. 31 and 9 the second quarter. Pyramid Monarch down the back, leading a length. I've got this caught out 3 wide, no cover around Macaroa Jake. Very persuasive, will await the passing lane. There followed Getaway Doug around Easy Empress, then Tarn back in the field. Back on the inside, My Mum's a Star and Moment of Truth. They sweep across the showgrounds, turn their final time. Pyramid Monarch at the 400, 28.8 the quarter down the back. Over Macaroa Jake, the favourite, struggling out 3 wide here. In fact, he's galloped. I've got this now. Very persuasive. A big threat to these leaders on the corner. Then Getaway Doug. Homeward bound Pyramid Monarch. Very persuasive on the passing lane for Jack McKinnon. Then Macaroa Jake, and further back Getaway Doug. But Pyramid Monarch and Brad Williamson at the 75. Oh, you got to respect these colours when they come north. And Pyramid Monarch, very nice in the end. Second, very persuasive. Macaroa Jake third. Then getting home nicely, Moment of Truth to pick up fourth in front of Getaway Doug. Easy Empress Tarn back with My Mum's a Star. The favourite, I've got this. He was struggling at the 400. He galloped at the 3. He's finished back. As to Cyberspace, 253.1 was the time. We'll trim that up with the 10-metre handicap and running the last quarter in 28, make that 29.3. Pyramid Monarch, the son or the daughter of monarchy. Phil Williamson trained at Oamaru. Brad Williamson, a lovely front-running display to get the prize. Very persuasive. Tries hard in second for Jack McKinnon. And that was a good run too by Very Persuasive. To run the Quinella spot here with Pyramid Monarch and Macaroa Jake. Robbie Close for a third. Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and the 6th of March. I'm sure that these colours will be pretty prominent through our Cup Carnival too, those of Phil Williamson.
Official placings, race 2, the Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and 6th of March, handicap trot. 352968, 352968. Horse 3, Pyramid Monarch, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in the handicap in a net time of 252.3. It's a mile rate of 26.1. Last 858.1. And the 429.3. The margin's 2.5 lengths, 4 lengths, 5 1/4 lengths. 352968, race 2, the Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and 6th of March, handicap trot.
Beautiful front-running display by Pyramid Monarch, the Monarchy Brown 5-year-old mare at a Dedry's Dearest, raced by breeders S.R. Hardiman along with R.G. Lowe and N.J. Hazlitt. Phil Williamson trained at Oamaru, and Brad Williamson gets the job done in very good fashion for the Auckland Cup Week, 27th of February and the 6th of March, handicap trot. Back at the head of the field in the victory circle, Gordon Robertson, a race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, down there part of the victory celebrations. 5, Very Persuasive. Pick is a Spur Bay 5-year-old mare at a Friendly Persuasion second, raced by Olympic Swiss Watches Limited. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett trained at Waiuku, and Jack McKinnon, and 2 Macaroa Jake for third. Sundon 5-year-old Bay Gelding at a Pride of Pomona. RA and TR Barron, the owners. Tony Barron trained at Ardmore, and Robbie Close doing the driving. 3, Pyramid Monarch at $5.70 and $1.60, $5.70, $1.65. Very Persuasive, $1.70, $1.70. 2, Macaroa Jake at $3.10, $3.10. Quinella, $19.20. $19.20, trifecta $253.30, $253.30. And the first 4, $3,123.40, $3,123.40. 7 and 3 in the double at $7.70, $7.70. 7 and 5 in the concession returns $3.70, $3.70. Neverly 3-year-old fillies Heat 2, 1,700 metres. First leg of a double is race 3. There's no scratchings, only 2 place dividends available. In the third, we open a double at 5 minutes to 7 o'clock.
wide. Also, no luck there on Monday as well, but form prior very good, and Rocky Baxter and Golfing Buddy out wide. Tough box draws for both Rocky Baxter and Golfing Buddy. But if they can get some luck, could show up early here. As they lock away now for the Rock 95.2 FM for the Class 2s. Arcane Sabre is the favourite from the 5. As the bunny rolls for our first 520 of the night. Ready? Racing into coming up well the inside there is Corborn Tipper now trying to come across as Jackinator pushing up on the inside now. Lagoon Mac though Romeo looking for racing room between runners. O'Power Jackie trying to get around the outside now as Arcane Saber's got a bit of work to do. Golfing Buddy and Rocky Baxter they charge down the bagger. Lagoon Mac the one they've got to catch. A couple on Though Romeo going a good race. 2 or 3 back. Here we go to O'Power Jackie just in behind Arcane Saber. Corborn Tips also back there with Golfing Buddy. Also there Jackinator Rocky Baxter they go for home. Lagoon Mac still in front clinging on. Lagoon Mac gets there very close. Arcane Saber flying home at the end and very close here for third as well. Though Romeo was there with O'Power Jackie. They got right away on the rest of the field. Headed up there by Corborn Tip was backed in with the Golfing Buddy. Jackinator up ahead of them and Rocky Baxter. Well, there you go, Mark, and nice performance here, but it will be Lagoon Mac all of the way here in race 5.
And Matt Roberts, 2 out of 3 ain't bad in terms of getting in the money from his kennel, with Lagoon Mac now making it win number 4 at start number 14. Second goes to Arcane Sabre and third goes to number 3, Thou Romeo. Dividends to follow from Hattrick here on trackside 1. They're about to move behind the boxes here at the Gardens. We head to Newcastle for our next. It is meeting code 22, race 3. Selections are 8 on top, Miss Quick Sticks, the current $2.70 favourite, to beat 7, 3 and 6. 8, 7, 3 and 6 in the third event for our man John McDermott. So 8 Miss Quick Sticks to beat 7. Happy Tokam, 3 Leaping Flame, who's got a nice record of late, and number 6 Grin Diddle. Let's head on track and catch up with John McDermott.
Defeating 1, 6 and 4, 6 lengths a half. 10.99, 11.88, 22.87, and the last couple coming up for race number 3. Miss Huxtable, Major Power, and the green light going through. Power is on the money up to the boxes. Third event set to jump. Ready? Racing. One of the smartest out towards the outside was Grindiddle. Underneath it, Major Power. Grindiddle going to the lead, getting into second place. Happy Tokam as they run to the bagger. A length or so back to Major Power. Miss Quick Steves. A good margin away to Miss Huxtable, followed by Leaping Flame. And then Secret Touch, and she's an Aussie, but around the turn for home. And Grindiddle in front from Happy Tokam, finishing well. Grindiddle beat Happy Tokam, followed up by Major Power. Fourth home, Miss Huxtable. And then came Secret Touch, followed by Leaping Flame, Miss Quick Sticks. And last of all, she's an Aussie. The winner number 6, and that is Grindiddle. She's got that good early speed from the boxes and was able to cross and lead, and has held on from Happy Tokam. The winner number 6, Grindiddle. Lochinvar Marlowe out of Foxella, and then trained at Kersley by Robert Guizar Jr., defeating number 7, Happy Tokam. Happy Tokam, where's Pedro Michaelis Candy for Tommy Pullman, and number 4, Major Power. Lochinvar Marlowe, Awesome Glow, Betty Keane. Half a length the winning margin. 1 3/4 lengths between second and third, and they run 22.90, and fourth to number 2, Miss Huxtable. First section 11.01, run home time 11.89. On the tote, that winner's going to pay $7.80 and $2.30. Happy Tokam, $2.30, and number 4 Leaping, number 4 Major Power, a return of $5.80.
So 6 beats, 7, 4 and 2 there from the Gardens, that appearance of our New South Wales Greyhound venue. Very good evening to you. Great to be joining you on TAB Trackside 1 for another Friday night of action. We're underway at the Whanganui Greyhounds and also at Alexandra Park, where we will see that guest appearance in the bike tonight of Tim Tetrick, champion US driver, who's stopping off here in the country for a week on his way to the World Drivers' Championships in Australia, and Craig Thompson will certainly catch up with him throughout the night. and we look forward to hearing from him, and you can also hear from him in Auckland and Christchurch over the next week. I'll give you those details if you'd like to head along and speak to Tim yourself. He'll be driving the Fascinator in race number 5, and we'll look forward to hearing from him very shortly with Craig. Back at Hattrick Raceway, the early quaddie final leg, number 2 Lagoon Mac, 3.20 and 1.60, 5 Arcane Sabre, $1.40, and 3 Thou Romeo, $4.80, 2 and 5, 4.40, 2, 5, 3, 112, 2, 5 and 4, 367.40, and the quaddie, 494.20 on 8, 5, 7 and 2, 8, 5, 7, 2, 494.20. Back to Motu Karara, and we continue the Banks Peninsula meeting with race number 9 on the card. It's been a pretty busy afternoon there at Banks Peninsula, and we're up to this 9th event where Covered Drive is the tote favourite at 4.30. Both Covered Drive and the Debutante, cruising at altitude, have got some pretty nice form on the board, albeit cruising at altitude at the trials and workouts. Covered Drive is having its 5th start at the races and was 4th here 2 starts ago behind Miami Heat. Has the Dexter Factor for Peter Bagwell. Cruising at altitude, Ricky May for Brendan Hill, the son of Jeremy's Jet out of Cruisy Lady, and had some nice form at the trials. Addington and Ashburton, couple of placings, Addington and Ashburton trials on the all-weather. So those two are in the market at the top of the book for the Armitage Williams Mobile Pace. Outside of that, well, you've got number 11 Burn Off, who's had a couple of placings, second day at Blenheim, and then at Rangiora back last week on the grass. Second to Major Patron, Craig Thornley driving for Brian Kerr, and I think Major Patron, we're still yet to see Major Patron. We'll see that horse in race number 10 on the card. Back at the Gardens, the numbers were 6, 7, 4 and 2 on race number 3, Grindiddle, 6.30 and $1.60. 7 Happy Tocam, 2.30 and 4 Major Power, $6.80. 6 and 7, 27.80. 6, 7, 4 Trifecta, $540.70. First 4 of 6, 7, 4 and 2 pays $7,457.20. Then you've got number 1 in the book here, Fernley Hannah, Nicole Harris, the junior driver for Nigel McGrath, who's at start number 20. He's had the 4 placings from 19 starts. Matthew Cross on track there at Motu Karara, calling the action for races 8 and 9. Couple of minutes out here, Matt. Hi there to you.
Yeah, g'day Mark, and hello to everyone who's just joined us here on TAB Trackside 1. Not a bad punting race, this one, I think, with the first starter here. Drawn out a wee bit in cruising at altitude. Look, I think the punters have once again got it right at 3.20. Now 3.60 and $2. 4.30 run Cover Drive isn't bad money either. But I think there's a wee bit of speed off the front line here, though. Why Change can get out. Driver John Wigsell did give the horse a pretty good sort of a burn-up in the prelim, which normally suggests I'm going to get out the gate pretty quickly here, and it's a $72 chance to take the race. I don't know that Fernley Hannah can hold it out, to be quite fair. So I expect Why Change to go to the lead here in the early stages. Burn Off follows it through. That's the interesting thing for me. It's a $7.60 quote to take the race. It's placed in its last 2. It's just starting to hit a wee bit of form. Craig Thornley for Brian Kerr. He's not a bad horseman, Brian Kerr, and he'll have this one ready. 5-year-old by Tinted Cloud. It's had 15 chances to break the maidens. And if today's going to be the day, then you've got to get around about an $8 quote for Burn Off, number 11. I went of cruising at altitude, though, just purely on the trials. Run second to Mighty Empire at Addington on the 2nd of February. Back in January, second to behind No Mass, and a trial behind Mark's Terminator, who actually come out and won very sharp, Mark's Terminator, so not bad. It's on part owned by Robbie Close. He just run 3rd in the junior drivers trot at Alexandra Park. Also Jesberg Bloodstock. Had a Cruisy Lady, this one by Jeremy's Jet. And it's the favourite with the bookies, $3, $381.90 on the tote. So 8, 11, 4 and the 1. 4 Paul's verdicts placed twice in its last 4 starts. Changeover 3-year-old, this one for the Flog Syndicate. So good luck to you if you're part of that. Ross Payne and Grant Payne combined, and then the 1 Fernley Hannah. Just don't know if Why Change gets in front of it. Does it carry it to the passing lane? Why Change has trialled brilliantly on so many occasions, and there'll be a few people out there who will agree with me and say that from what we've seen at the trials, this horse will win a maiden one day, but Whether today's the day, that's another question. Moving up behind the Christian Cullen Mobile, second leg of the quaddie race 9, Armitage Williams Mobile pace over 2,000 metres.
75.
We're almost set. Favourite starts, one from the outside. Second favourite, two from the outside. Cover drive and cruising at altitude. Green lights on. They're racing. They came out in a pretty even sort of a line. Fernley Hannah has galloped out. Why Change not going out. Roland Thunder is. So too is Paul's Verdict and Party Delight out a little bit deeper. In cruising at altitude, just taking his time, Ricky May, as they go up over the crossing. In the centre of those, Why Change. Fernley Hannah now settled and 3 back on the inside. 4 wide then as they go out of the straight is Young Mr. Grace. On its back is Cover Drive from Got a Beauty. Then came Gerald 4 back on the markers from Twitch, followed then by Alan Go Lightly, and 2 lengths away last is Zoe Rotten. Wide into that first bend as they go up the side. And the favourite now works onto the lead. It is cruising at altitude, crossing down to the markers over Paul's Verdict. Why Change third in the centre, and Party Delight goes up 3 wide. On its back is Young Mr. Grace. The centre of those is Burn Off from Roland Thunder, 3 back the inner. Cover Drive is 3 wide. Got a Beauty the centre, Fernley Hannah the inner. 2 lengths away then to Gerald, who's just getting a wee bit keen down on the inside. A length away next is Alan Go Lightly in the last pair. Twitch on the inside of Zoe Rotten. They have 1,150 metres left to go, and the favourite relaxes well on the lead, cruising at altitude by 1 length on Party Delight. Young Mr. Grace has now worked forward 3 wide and is about to cross down to the chair. That'll mean Cover Drive is left 3 wide without cover, and Paul's Verdict in the trail. Roland Thunder 3 back on the inside from Why Change the centre. Got a Beauty's on the back of Cover Drive 3 wide from Burn Off and Turn on its back. Then Fernley Hannah on the inside. Gerald, a 3 wide run now as they go to the back of the track, is coming from Alan Go Lightly. On its back is Zoe Rotten, and Twitch last in the centre. Cruising at altitude leads by a neck over Cover Drive, who eventually worked down to the park position. 3 wide has Got a Beauty, just reined up a touch. Waiting for the passing lane run in about 250 metres time is Paul's Verdict. Followed next in the centre by Young Mr. Grace, just niggled at. 3 wide on those runners now is Burn Off. Party Delight locked up in the centre from Roland Thunder. Fernley Hannah Why Change, Alan Go Lightly. Zoe Rotten. Back towards the tail then is Gerald, and last is Twitch in the centre. It's cruising at altitude, 400 to go. Just came away from the inside a wee bit. Paul's Verdict now gets its run the inner. Cover Drive asked to go in the centre of the track from Got a Beauty, and out wider then is Burn Off. Cruising at altitude, collared now by Cover Drive. Got a Beauty still there. Through on the inside then came Paul's Verdict, and out wider Burn Off. May have the lead here, Burn Off. Alan Go Lightly over the top of it. Through on the inside, Gerald. Alan Go Lightly and Burn Off. They come down to it. Alan Go Lightly won it. Alan beat home second over Burn Off. Third to go by Gerald. Then came Fernley Hannah. Twitch came from near last. Cruising at altitude, Cover Drive. Paul's Verdict, Roland Thunder, Got a Beauty. They all came to the end of their runs. From Young Mr. Grace, Why Change, Zoe Rotten and Party Delight last. That was a strange race. Alan Go Lightly, number 16, $86.20 and $20.50 is the winner of race number 9. Andrew Garters and Colin DeFilippi started from the outside. It actually got in the race off the ballot, this horse. It's come the deepest of them all. Burn Off half looked the winner with 200 metres left to go. Gerald came with a run through on the inside, but Alan Go Lightly, the son of El Sue out of Holly Go Lightly, is going to come over the top of them and get there by about a half a neck. Burn Off will be second, and the third one to go by will be Gerald ahead of Fernley Hannah. This one raced by Mrs. MJ and Bob Garters. Andrew Garters trains out of his Burnham base. It's come from near last, this horse. A massive win here in race number 9 on the program, and they're good people, the Garters, and I'm pleased to see them get a win here with Alan Go Lightly. They're training out of their new base at Burnham nowadays, and Andrew, he's quietly spoken, Andrew, but he does certainly do a good job. I remember back in the day when he had good mare, might have been good enough to race in the New Zealand Cup. Keep Right On Dreaming it was called, and I've got another one here. Win number 1 at start 4. Had 2 starts at Blenheim, finished 12th on both days there and behind Champagne Dreams and Miss Badlands. Dropped out and then was checked on the second day. But as we wrap up race number 9, race 10 is the Lone Star Riccarton Pace Mark. We're back here at 7:15. We have got a boil over in the second leg of the quaddie.
You're not wrong there. The punters hurt. Certainly well done to the connections though. As you mentioned, Matt behind Alan Go Lightly at start number 4. That's win number 1, but a big price for the punters, knocking many out in the second TAB quaddie. We'll have that result for you very shortly out of Banks Peninsula. Still a couple to come out of Motu Karara tonight. So number 16 beats number 11, which was in Craig's quaddie, but not too many will have had that one. $86 on the tote, around about 76, I think, on final field fixed odds betting. Well, it's back to Alexandra Park, and we can link in with Craig Thompson. Craig, no luck for I've Got This in that previous race, but of course a nice race coming up here. Democrat Party up against the Orange Agent.
Absolutely, two super fillies, Mark, going around in the second of the Neverly R fillies heats at Alexandra Park. The next, not much between them. Democrat Party, probably the better barrier draw. That's why I've leaned of the two, but it's going to be an exciting race, small field. Barry Purdon's got a strong hand here, Mark. He's got a couple in. We're going to talk to him about Democrat Party first. Barry, 2 in the 3-year-old fillies race. Democrat Party, let's talk about her. The 31st of December, and look very good here and sharp again on Saturday morning.
Yeah, she's on top of her game, Craig. She's comes up against a good filly in the Orange Agent, of course. But look, she's a very good filly herself, and nice draw. Look, she should go pretty close.
I thought Love Is a Drug was fantastic at Addington. I thought it was a peach of a drive by Zach. He cut the corner and got home strongly and done a really good job so far, this filly. She just looked, so early on, but she's just getting better.
Yeah, that's right. She's a bit like a life philosopher. She always gives her best, and as you say, she's just improved as the season's gone on. And you're right, Addington, great run outside of the gate, and to run third in a race like that, we couldn't have wished for any better, really.
Barry Purdon thoughts with his two runners in race number 3, Democrat Party and the Orange Agent. So let's go through them. Democrat Party trialled here Saturday as we get the result in a blowout down at Mochkarari. You can get this at the Mott. $86.20 and $20.50 for Alan Go Lightly. Number 16 beats Burnoff, $2. Gerald, $2.60. Quinella, $344.20. Trifecta, 16, 11 and 12, $9,377.80 with 6,500 carried forward. No luck with the first 4, $1,554. All of it carried forward into race number 10. The doubles, $192. 10 and 16 concession, 10 and 11, $4.50. Back to Democrat Party. Gee, I thought she worked good on Saturday. The best I've seen her for quite some time. I think she's come up really well with a little bit of a short layoff since the 31st of December. She's got barrier 2. Watched her going through the parade ring. I thought real shine on her coat, and she looked real smart tonight. So 2 Democrat Party. I'll put her on top of 6, the Orange Agent. I think there's a little between these two fillies. Just the draw tonight over the 1700. The Orange Agent, well, she went bush in that same race that Democrat Party won on the 31st. Just seemed to get a little bit lost on the last bend, and she ran off and cost herself any chance. She was making ground, albeit a long way back in 5th. Prior to that, she'd been outstanding in 2:39 here, beating Classical Art. She is a very, very good filly, one of the best in the north. So 2 and 6, they stand out. I'd be surprised if one of those two didn't take out the second heat in the Neverly R fillies series. Cyclone Kate's got the right draw from barrier 1 to run in the top 3 or 4 here. Little bit disappointing this time, and whether it's a case of 2-year-old into 3-year-old form and just taking a couple of runs to get back into it, but she's got the right draw to get a nice run tonight, and that'll put her on the marker pegs, and that's the place to be here following the favourite Democrat Party. 2, 6, 1, best of the rest 4. Love Is a Drug. Brett Mangos takes the drive for Barry Purdon. 6, 2, 4 and 1 for Aaron White, race number 3 tonight, the Neverly R fillies heat. Of course, the sales, they start on Monday, the Australasian Classic Yearling sales at Karaka. 16th of February, make sure you get along there. Early start for the parade there, and of course, then on to Tuesday and Wednesday for the New Zealand Premier Yearling sales at Christchurch on the 17th and 18th. Make sure you get your catalogues, have a look at them. Get to Karaka on Monday. Fantastic crop going through there, and looking forward to that sale on Monday. There may be one coming out of that sale to go on to perform in a race like this tonight. Aaron White, as I come to you for race number 3, good field here, but I'm leaning to Democrat Party purely just on the draw.
Yeah, I'm leading towards the Orange Agent because I've always been a huge fan, so I'll stick with her. Morris McKendry, Bunty Hughes. Over Democrat Party, yes, it should be one of those two securing the second heat of the Neverly Yar Stud Fillies Series. In fact, they should run the Quinella and both make their way into the rich final. The 4 Lovers a Drug and 1 Cyclone Kate there for me for the minor end of the prize. But the Orange Agent, for me, we made her a special tonight as well.
Thanks, Aaron. And behind the mobile for the third. First leg of the quaddie was taken out by Pyramid Monarch at around about $6, race 2, number 3. And behind the mobile for the Neverly Yar 3-off Fillies heat. The
Magic Man, Morris McKendry on the Orange Agent, Walk of Fame. Lovers a Drug, See the Ballerina, Democrat Party and Cyclone Kate. Yeah, thanks, Craig. Heat 2 of the Neverly Yar 3-year-old Fillies Series. Last year's winner, Venus Serena. 2 years ago, Adore Me, Oh Baby. Carabella Secret Potion. Up into the back they go. Heat 2 of the Neverly Yar Fillies Series. Green light, they're off. And coming out strongly, Democrat Party. Cyclone Kate off barrier 1. Will show enough gate speed to secure the trail behind Democrat Party. They're followed Lovers a Drug and See the Ballerina back in the field then as they work the showgrounds turners. The Orange Agent pacing on the outside of Walk of Fame. And You and Me Babe is back last. No time off the gate here, so Democrat Party leads for Zach Butcher. A length and a half. Cyclone Kate nestles in for the trail for the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Sitting up park now is Lovers a Drug and Brent Mangos, and 3 back on the inside is See the Ballerina, Tony Cameron. In the 1-1 is Walk of Fame and Todd McFarlane as the Orange Agent comes forward strongly. The run off the gate was 5.6, the opening quarter 29.5 as the Orange Agent gets outside the second favourite with a circuit left to go, and back last is You and Me Babe. Stables Corner, their one and only time. Democrat Party, the filly by American Ideal, and the other American Ideal filly, the Orange Agent, sits a length away the outside. Cyclone Kate's had a gorgeous run in the trail. Lovers a Drug now with 1-1 cover. See the Ballerina, 3 back on the inside. They're followed by Walk of Fame and You and Me Babe, 30 and 6 the second quarter. The speed starts to increase through the back, and Democrat Party, the Sire Stakes winner, leads by a half a length. Up on the outside is the Orange Agent, then Cyclone Kate, Lovers a Drug, See the Ballerina, all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside, Walk of Fame and You and Me Babe as they sweep across the top. 400 to go, quarter down the back and a quick 27.3. Democrat Party, and on the outside now the Orange Agent, just slapped up here by McKendry. Democrat Party travels beautifully on the corner. The Orange Agent at this stage a length and a half away. 3 lengths, Walk of Fame is running on. See the Ballerina and Cyclone Kate at the 100 metres. Democrat Party, now the Orange Agent hits her hopples on the inside. She comes through. Brilliant win, the Orange Agent. She was clearly off the bit at the 300. The Magic Man's had to use all his skills to get her back on, and she's hit the line strongly to beat out Democrat Party. They were followed See the Ballerina, You and Me Babe, Lovers a Drug, Cyclone Kate and Walk of Fame, and 2 minutes 0.5 will trim down into a very good mile rate. 27.4 the run home, so a 54.7 last half posted by the Orange Agent. It's an American Ideal Quinella. Morris the Magic Man McKendry's had to be at his brilliant best to get her home tonight. She was clearly off the bit. She spat it out at the 300. McKendry did everything to get her to pick it back up. She did at the 150, and she's charged after Democrat Party to beat her out. See the Ballerina will get up for a third. Horse number 3 in front of You and Me Babe, number 7. But a brilliant win by the Orange Agent. Good to see her back in winning form too.
Official placings, race 3, the Neverly Yar 3-year-old fillies, heat 2, 6-2-3-7-5-4, 6-2-3-7-5-4. Horse 6, the Orange Agent, paced the 1700 metres in an exceptional time of 2 minutes 0.58. A mile rate of 154.1. Last 854.7 and the 427.4. That's just 1/10th outside the New Zealand record. The margin's been a head, 11 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 6-2-3-7-5-4, race 3, the Neville 3-year-old fillies, heat 2.
Good to see you right back into a winning form tonight too. The Orange Agent, the American Ideal by 3-year-old filly out of Lady Fingers, raced by breeders Trish Green, John Green, Moira Green and Peter Bolt. Back at the head of the field, the Orange Agent picks up her 7th career victory at start 12. Brian Bunty Hughes trained at Ardmore. And Morris McKendry back at the head of the field, the New Zealand Trotting Hall of Fame sponsored reinsman. Gets home in the second heat of the Neville 3-year-old fillies series. Kieran Corbett down there, part of the victory celebrations for Neville. Vice President of the Auckland Trotting Club, Bruce Carter, also in attendance. 2 Democrat Party, American Ideal Bay, 3-year-old filly out of Champagne Party, second, raced by the Prices, FJ and Mrs. KV. Barry Purden trained at Clevedon, Zach Butcher. And See the Ballerina, number 3, the Better's Delight, black 3-year-old filly out of Cheyenne Girl for third for the Good Sports Syndicate. Tony Hill, he trained at Papakura. Tony Cameron. 6, the Orange Agent, $1.80, $1.20, $1.80, $1.20. 2 Democrat Party, $1.40, $1.40. 3 See the Ballerina, no third dividend. Quinella Returns, $1.30, $1.30. Trifecta, $46.50, $46.50. And the first 4, $273.30, $273.30. 7, 3 and 6 in the treble at $20.10, $20.10. Great to see her right back into winning form too. The Orange Agent sent out the favourite in the Sires Stakes. Things didn't go her way in that race, but she'll be one of the favourites for the Neville Fillies Series final. Race 4 to open a treble, the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series, Heat 4 for the 2-year-olds, over 1,700, take out number 6, Motown, and the babies run at 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. So the first of 2 Kids Carts. Kids Carts North Island wishes to thank Frank Phelan and all the Alexandra Park starting crew. 600 metre handicap trot. Morning Moon, Shannon McEwen, Pixie and Tennille Belfer, Silver Lining, Jordan Bublets, Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara, Pumpkin, Nathan Darby, Tonto, Brianna Thomas as they're off now. Cossack, he was starting further back. Danny McFarlane, Tinkerbella, Linda Pringle, Jelly and Holly Noakes, Clyde and Harrison Darby, Playboys, Sapphire Forsyth, Caramello, Caleb Bublitz, Eros, Jordan Trueek and Ricky, and Taylor Pereira. He started from the back mark. So as they run on to the showgrounds turn, and Betsy Boo is leading from Silver lining the outside, and right behind those is Tonto. Out wide, a Cossack is running into the race nicely. They're followed by Pumpkin back on the inside. Back in the field then was Morning Moon. To its inside was Pixie. 3 or 4 lengths away in the field then to Tinkerbella. They're followed back by Clyde. Back in the field is Jelly. They're followed then by Eros. Well back is Caramello, as to was Playboy. And Ricky looking to take off from the rear. So they come towards the corner in the Frank Phelan. The Kids Karts North Island wishes to thank Frank Phelan and the Alexandra Park starting crew 600 metre trot. And coming through to lead is Betsy Boo and Taitlin Hanara for the Cumia Kids Karts. But letting down strongly is Tonto, Brianna Thomas. Down the outside is Cossack and Danny McFarlane. There followed Silver Lining, Jordan Bublitz. Further back is Pumpkin and Nathan Darby. There followed by Morning Moon and Shannon McEwen. Further back is Tinkerbella and Linda Pringle. But at the 100 metres, it's T-O-N-T-O. Tonto is in front by 2. Trying hard is Betsy Boo. Cossack down the outside. Further back in the field is Silver Lining. Tonto going great guns for Brianna Thomas. Tonto down with 20 left to go. And Tonto, he'll get it done in the first of the kids' carts. Nice win. Brianna Thomas, Cossack, Danny McFarlane second. Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara third. Running home strongly was Eros and Jordan Trueek. They were followed Silver Lining back in the field then to Pumpkin. They were followed by Ricky. He's made up good ground in the home straight, Ricky. Morning Moon was back in the field, as too was Clyde. They were followed back by Pixie further away in the field to Tinkerbella. Jelly was back, as to Caramello. And back with those was Playboy. The first of our 2 Kids Karts races tonight. Kids Karts North Island wishes to thank Frank Phelan and all the Alexandra Park starting crew, 600 metre handicap trot. And Tonto, Brianna Thomas for the Cumia Kids Karts will prove touch too strong. Cossack, Danny McFarlane tried hard in second. And Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara.
From the 5, Tongariro out there in box 8. I think he's a bit better out wide, so he gets his chance here from the outside draw at $12, around that $16, better price. And a good time, Kate Fish up for Philip Lamas and Carol Morris. They picked up a win the other day, and Miss McFly here for Robert Murray and Manu Rama here for Liz Duty, looking for another check tonight as well. So about to lock away now for the first leg of Triple Trio, the Harrison Hire Master Class 3 Sprint. Favourite, the 9 Miss Allegro, gets a start from the inside, drawn the green and white. Second favourite, Miss Softy. Nice downgraded run here last Friday. All up there now for the 6. Good luck with your Triple Trio investment. Bunny on the way, ready. And racing, she got out well to the inside. Miss Allegro out wide, coming up now is Miss Softy, and now looking to charge through is that good time Kate Fresh up, going ahead of that, but finding trouble. Fair Marina's gone back to the field there now with Manu Rama. Bad Weeks also got a shuffle along there with Miss McFly and Miss Softy. They go for home. Miss Allegro will get there okay from Tongariro. Then we go to Manu Rama, gets to third. Very close here for fourth. Nothing between the inside. Fair Marina. The outside of that was Bad Week charging home. And then on crossing here to good time Kate, Miss McFly. And also getting a shuffle out the back there was Miss Softy. Too good Miss Allegro found the lead off the inside and returns to winning form. The recent downgrade up, box 1 a big help. That's about now win number 5 from the inside trap. Number 7 Miss Softy jumped out well, but just got pushed out even more. There's a bit of trouble there. 5 and the 2 coming together. Bad Week also had to get around it. Manu Rama got past it and will take third. We'll give Liz Duty another check for the night, but it will be 9, 8 and 4. And the 5 just holding on to that 4th placing on the inside, Fair Marina. So the reserve dog and favourite Miss Allegro, she's run 17.56, which is a PB for her. And the run home at 10. 60. And the margin's 2 lengths by 5 1/4, by 4 3/4. Miss Allegro, win number 9, win number 5 from the inside trap here for Lisa Ahern by Collision and of Hi-Fi Allegro. And she comes back ahead of the field there with Alan Trass ahead of the 8 Tongariro. The outside draw suitable and missing all the trouble, and also missing trouble the 4 Manu Rama gets into third placing for the Potama Rama Syndicate. That time again 17.56. So that's the first leg of Triple Trio underway here at Hattrick. Race number 7 will get the place 6 underway, and looking forward to this one too. The reserve dogs will stay on the bench, and race number 7 to kick off that place 6 here, Mark, at 7:35.
Thank you, Daryl. Off the ballot in the first leg of Triple Trio, you need 9, 8 and 4 in any order to get through that first leg. Second leg is race number 7. It also kicks off the place 6. It's the JP Print Petone mixed C2 and 3. I think it's mostly C2s in the event. Over the 5:20, 7:35. 9 Miss Allegro in race 6 pays $2.30 and $1.30. 8 Tongariro $3 and 4 Manu Rama $3. 8 and 9 Quinella $13.60. 9, 8, 4 Trifecta $99.70. 9, 8, 4 and 5 first 4 $556.30. 11.20 the double, 2 and 9, 2 and 8 concession pays $5, and the 7.29 TAB treble $41.20 after the 6th out of Hattrick Raceway. Back we go to Banks Peninsula here on Trackside 1 for a Friday evening. Still got a couple of races to come out of Mott, and we've just seen a boil over in the previous, which we can see every now and again at Motu Karara. There's usually always one per meeting, and we saw that in the previous race with an $86 shot getting home to win the second leg of the quaddie in Alan Go Lightly. Colin De Philippi and Andrew Garters, big price, and as a result of that we've got carry forwards in the first 4. The first 4 pool all carried forward from the previous race on the program, and the trifecta well over $6,000 carried forward. So if you'd like to have a go at those big exotic bets, the trifecta especially, where it looks like there's 12,000 in the trifecta pool at this stage, and first 4 pool building nicely too with 3 minutes to start time. KC Monet by Art Major is favourite. Dexter Dunn and Robert Dunn has won the 2 from 24. Missed out last Friday. Waitangi Day at Te Rangiora on the grass there over the 1950, looking to redeem itself here tonight. 3 Eastwood Chieftain was a winner at Waikawaiti on Sunday, beat Northview Major with Stevie Golding driving that day. Ricky May driving today, of course, with Ricky not taking things over to Australia tomorrow for the Interdom Heats. Son of Falcon Selster, Eastwood Chieftain, with RT May doing the driving. 4 is Jericho, 4th start back this preparation at start number 16, and 10 in the book is Major Patron. This horse beat Burnoff last time to the races last Friday with Sam Otley doing the driving. Colin De Philippi drives here for Peter and Leonie Jones. Another one by this one by Major and Art out of Atom Patron. Nice form though, its last 4 starts. Back with you, Mark McNamara, less than 2 minutes away from the first leg of the double. Some nice carry forwards into the exotics here.
It sure is, Mark, and she said the trifecta's already up over $15,000. We're still 2 minutes to invest, and a favourite drawn much better today than what she had to contend with at Rangiora off the stand. 14 and 17 here 2 starts ago, and she managed to run 4th to Moon Angel and 2nd to Even Flow. You'd imagine from barrier number 2, Dexter aboard for Robert Dunn. KC Monet is going to take a stack of beating in this. Having said that, we thought Willow was unbeatable earlier. Finished midfield. 2 KC Monet on top to beat number 10 Major Patron. I'm interested to see how this horse goes today, because he promised to win a maiden for so long. He was always going to do that, and it took him 16 starts. And I just wonder if he's going to be one of those horses that win one and think, oh yeah, this is what winning is all about, and goes on to make it 2 in a row. And Punter's thinking along the same lines. He's kept pretty safe at 7, 10 and $2.20. The 3 was super at Waikawaiti. Eastwood Chieftain, right angles to get out at about the 150 metre mark, and then just mowed by them. Ricky May aboard today, and it didn't just 1.5 lengths it got away to score by. Home in 58.5. It was a super performance and has won both of its races off the stand. Handles the grass nicely also. For Jericho, if you're prepared to just look on face value at the 8 next to its name, you think, yeah, it got held up badly behind Moon Angel, a third to Motto Pathfinder and a second to Jackhammer 2 runs ago, and it's at $5.90. Cut top 4 according to punters in the upcoming race, and you can see the prices there: $2.30, $4.60, $5.90 and $7.40 for 2, 3, 4 and 10 respectively for race number 10. As a trifecta's got up to $22,000 here. Trifecta pool up to 22k with a $6,000 jackpot following the victory by Alan Go Lightly with a burst over score in the previous race. 15 forward in the end, but it would appear that a lot of the exotic punters have attention to the trifecta for this stand start. The very, very healthy pot. It's growing about 16,000 since the jackpot went in. So KC Monet at the start, Midfruit Tape Diem and Jericho, Eastwood Chieftain, Major Patron, going to California, racing in foal and Can't Teach That. Midfruit Tape Diem and Nothing to Laugh About was a winner 2 starts ago. So we've got a couple of races to go. Auckland will continue. And then Saturday night, Enter Dominion qualifiers. All available on trackside. Sunday, Invercargill and the Father. 26,000 in the trifecta pot now. It'll go up a bit more yet too. Up to just short of 9. But the try's the biggie. Racing. Major Patron sprung sideways. We've got another driver tipped out here. Jimmy Curtin got tipped out of Jericho. He's held on, and here come the start crew. Dennis is going to get there first as he's still holding on, Jimmy, with Jericho. Dennis gets there now, grabs the reins. Jimmy gets back to his feet, and the good news, because Jimmy's had a torrid run of injuries, he's back to his feet, so no harm done. But gee, we've had some action-packed racing so far here today. KC Monet is going to get to the lead over Nothing to Laugh About and going to California. Eastwood Chieftain has parked up 4th, and on the inside back as Midfruit Tape Diem. Then came Can't Teach That next to the inside, followed by Major Patron, and a length and a half away is Lady Godiva and Satori, who got cannon into by Major Patron at the start. Settles down last of the pack, and that was completely unrelated to Jericho losing the driver at the start. The leader is the favourite, KC Monet, and the mark is a length and a half for the trailing Nothing to Laugh About. 2 away, 3rd going to California, 4th Chieftain. 4 back the pegs and a length away Can't Teach That. Lifestyle of the inside of Major Patron and a length and a half Lady Godiva. And then came Satori and Jericho's out of the race. Down the back they pace near the 1200 metre mark. And the leader is KC Monet with Dexter Dunn. A length and a half over the trailing Nothing to Laugh About. And a length and a half away 3rd going to California. 1 away Eastwood Chieftain and Midfruit Tape Diem 4 deep on the peg. Can't Teach That. Lifestyler next to the inside from Major Patron, Lady Godiva, and 2 lengths away last is Satori with Jericho out of the race. They have 900 metres to go, and the favourite at 2:10 and 1:40 leads the way in KC Monet. Second trailing Nothing to Laugh About and running 3rd going to California. Eastwood Chieftain 4th, there's been little change throughout here. Can't Teach That 5th around Midfruit Tape Diem from Major Patron. Next to the inside from Lady Godiva and a length and a half to Satori. KC Monet's had a charm trip in the lead, and she leads a length and a half over Nothing to Laugh About. Just Johanna's passing lane. Eastwood Chieftain's ahead away 3rd and going to California. 3 back the inside from Can't Teach That. Leader's full of running. And then came Midfruit Tape Diem, Major Patron, Lady Godiva, Lifestyler and Satori. Just a dash up the lane coming here. And looking at them, you'd like to be on the lead of the way Dexter's sitting. Around the turn, KC Monet, 2 lengths on Eastwood Chieftain. He had a little peep over the right shoulder. Then came Nothing to Laugh About and going to California. But with about 2:50 to go, it's KC Monet, a length and a half. Eastwood Chieftain sticks on. And on the inside is Nothing to Laugh About, but KC Monet's going well enough. Eastwood Chieftain and Nothing to Laugh About. Shades of that earlier trot race where those on the speed are going to run the placings, and pretty easy. KC Monet by 3. But Eastwood Chieftain and 3rd Nothing to Laugh About. Very close for 4th. Major Patron put a dive in at going to California. And the Midfruit Tape Diem from Lifestyler. Satori got decked at the start. And then came Can't Teach That. and also Lady Godiva. Jericho lost Jimmy Curtin at the start. Fortunately, Jimmy was able to hang on to the reins, went for a drag down the track. And the good news is that he's a wretched run with injuries. He's quite okay, and Jericho's over by the pine, so no harm done in that one. Easy. 2 KC Monet, 210 and 140. Eastwood Chieftain number 3 at 160. And nothing to laugh about, number 6 will spice things up at $7.80. Major Patron will bob up into 4th right at the line, number 10. The winner by Art Major out of Camwood Cully, 5-year-old bay mare. You wanted to be on at the turn, just the way Dexter was sitting. And Eastwood Chieftain was sticking on, but there was nothing from the back making ground. It was shades of regret earlier with the way that they ran the race. Had to have a look at the start. You'll see Jimmy, well, firstly the outside won the black and white cannon into Satori. Then over went Jericho, out went Jimmy. Hang on. Lush grass, he did a great job to hang on to this too in Jericho. Here's Mark Gallagher as we watch Jimmy get dragged down the track, but he's quite okay.
And third, 6, nothing to laugh about. 4th has gone to 10, Major Patron, from 1 going to California, and 12 mid-through Tarpedium. 2, 3, 6, 10, 1, 12. The margin's 4 lengths, half a length, 3 lengths, a short head. The winner's time is 2:52.5, a mile rate of 2:07.9, the last 857 seconds.
From Mark Gallagher there, we'll have those dividends for you shortly. If you are watching here and interested in the Staffs Special, which has just been announced on Sky Sport, the Staff Special back for 2015 Crusaders up against the Rebels, kicking off Super Rugby tonight. Melbourne up against Canterbury, and the special is on option 1, the Crusaders to win into the Black Caps to win. The price $3 on option 1, the Staff Special. Head to tab.co.nz. You have till 7:35 to get on the Staff Special. Option 3, 1 bet per customer, maximum bet $50. It's the Crusaders into the Black Caps, both to win at $3, maximum bet $50. You have until 7:35, so 14 minutes to get your money on. Back with you, Craig Thompson. We've just seen KC Monet winning there at Banks Peninsula. We've got another Robert Dunn runner here in Code Black, who's currently the second favourite, coming off that win last week.
Very good win it was too, Mark. A different story tonight, though, drawn the outside of the gate with plenty of gate speed inside him. Barry Purdon's got 2 in the race. This is what he had to say. Barry, 2 and the 2-year-old. We'll talk about the debut runner, the son of Sports Rider. He looks okay, a little bit green here on Saturday, but he trialled well the week before.
Yes, he won the week before that, Craig. Look, he did something wrong on Saturday, which I was a bit disappointed with, but look, we'll give him his chance tonight. He's a big horse. He may just want a little bit more time, but anyway, he's there tonight and he'll be there doing his best. And can't refuse. I really like him. He's quite a nice horse. He just hasn't quite put it together when he's gone to either the trials or even here, but last week he had his chance, but he's trained on during the week. I just hope he just might click and find his form, because I think he's just a bit better than what we've actually seen of him.
Barry Purdon with his thoughts on his 2 runners in the Young Guns heat. 2, 3, 6 and 10 at Mott, race number 10. Thought Walkinshaw is the one to beat here. He made up good ground last week when Todd Mitchell was in the cart, just got buried on the fence. I think he's better drawn out a bit here, stays off the markers. Lovely type by Mac 3 out of Monaro. 4 Walkinshaw on top for me. Danger is Code Black from the outside. We'll have to do a little bit more work this time, but he's just a natural. Lovely type by Better's Delight, and again he paraded well for Robert Dunn. John on the cart. They've just had a winner with KCM&A down south, so team on fire. 4 to beat 7. Put in 3 Best Scribe. He's okay, this one. The son of Sports Writer. Trialled up very nicely a fortnight ago and had a gallop into the first bend here last week when we put a bit of pressure on him. So if Zach can just settle him off the gate, I think 3 Best Scribe can run in it, and 1 Max Factor. Set a track record as a first up run at Cambridge as a 2-year-old, went 2:43. And then last week, talking to Mike Berger, just said, hey, just got a little bit lost here at Alexandra Park last week, expecting a good run tonight, freshened him up, work's been good. So 1 Max Factor, certainly in the mix. I marked them 4, 7, 3 and 1. Aaron's numbers 1, 3 and 7 in Heat 4 of the Young Guns. Aaron, as I come to you, great series this, the Brecon Farms Young Guns series. You're with number 1, Max Factor.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to give him another chance. Things didn't go so well here last week, but his run at Cambridge was certainly good when winning in that track record time. He's got the aid of Barrier 1. Yeah, I just don't know what happened last week here at Alexandra Park, because he had trialled in behind Lazarus prior to that, so he had seen the park. He's a lovely type by Art Major out of Tact Filly. In fact, he'd sweated up a lot more last week than what he has this week, so maybe the trip north has been a little bit better this week for Max Factor. He's on top over the 3 Best Scribe. I've been taken by the way he's come through the trials. The sports writer Gelding, Zach Butcher, 7 Code Black, a nice winner last week, and the 2 El Jacko beat third heat winner of the Young Guns and Gamma Lady when qualifying the El Sue Gelding, so I'll have that somewhere in the mix as well. 1, 3, 7 and 2.
Thanks, Aaron. Through from the racing desk. Pretty busy, the boys, tonight. They're telling me in the first, a couple of $5,000 bets on Express Stride were successful. Second best backed in the second got home, and that was Pyramid Monarch. There was money for I've Got This, but there was also money for the winner.
The 2-year-olds brushing up in behind the yellow bar arm. Brecon Farms Young Guns Series Heat 4. Walkinshaw at $2.50, $1.60. Code Black at $2.81.50. Thanks, Craig, as the Young Guns Series Heat 4, brought to us by Brecon Farms, are underway. Max Factor will use the aid of Barrier 1 to his full advantage and go and take the early lead. El Jacko's gone for a gallop in the first 75 metres. Dropping down to get the trail now will be Best Scribe. There followed Walkinshaw. Back in the field, Can't Refuse and Code Black. And after that early mistake, El Jacko back last. 5.9 the run off the gate. Max Factor getting an easy lead here. Walkinshaw, though, will come and press it on the outside for the Iceman, Tony Hurley. And in fact, Walkinshaw will come on to the lead as they swing into the lane. They're followed then by Best Scribe. Further back in the field is Can't Refuse and Code Black. Catching the pack is El Jacko. 30 and 3 the opening quarter. Brecon Farms Young Guns Series Heat number 4, and the favourite Walkinshaw down to the judge with a circuit left to go. Second favourite Code Black gets up alongside Walkinshaw, just a bit wayward as he got down to the winning post there. He's back on track now though. Max Factor in the trail. Can't Refuse in the 1-1 around stablemate Best Scribe, and El Jacko back last as they put the stables behind them and pace out to the 800 metres. The son of Mark 3, Walkinshaw, 32 and 9 the second quarter, leads by a length. Code Black and John Dunn sitting parked, and in the trail Max Factor. He's right up on the nickel tonight for Phil Butcher. In the 1-1 is Can't Refuse. They're followed by Best Scribe, and El Jacko is back last as they pace to the end of the back straight. 500 metres left to go. Walkinshaw will turn them on to the showgrounds, turn their final occasion over Code Black. Max Factor, he's waiting that passing lane run then. Can't Refuse. Best Scribe and El Jacko quarter down the back, and 29 and a half. Walkinshaw, Code Black, they'll swing together. Max Factor, he's got something left in the locker tonight. He's about to get the passing lane then. Can't Refuse. El Jacko down the outside. Walkinshaw for home. Now on the passing lane comes Max Factor. Code Black. Walkinshaw though, he's going nicely. 75 left to run. Max Factor to second, but Walkinshaw learning every time he comes to the races. That's been a nice win. Walkinshaw, Max Factor. Third over was Can't Refuse. They were followed Best Scribe. El Jacko. It's been a good run by El Jacko after that early mistake, and Code Black the last in 206.7. 27.9 was that final quarter. Comfortable victory for Walkinshaw. Mark 3 colt out of Monaro. Tony Hurley picks up a winning double on the program tonight. Just wanted to shy at the winning post first time round. Second time round, Tony Hurley was pretty confident, wasn't he, down to the line. Nice win, Walkinshaw. Max Factor, after securing the trail throughout, gets second. Can't Refuse third. Very close photo there for fourth between Best Scribe and also Code Black in the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series Heat number 4.
Placings in race 4, the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series Heat 4, subject to a very close photo for 4th placing, could go either way. Placings confirmed for the first 3, 4, 1, 5, and then in a very close photo for 4th and 5th, 7 or 3, 3 or 7, then came 2.
So to come back at the head of the field for Walkinshaw, raced by R.S. Tomlinson, K. Howson and P. Morris. Congratulations to you. A nice win. Your Mark 3 Bay 2-year-old colt out of Monaro, bred by Bruce Spurdle. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver, out of Papakura. The Iceman gets his second on the program. The Mitre White Black Bike about to come back into the victory circle to be greeted by Ken and Karen Bracken, along with director of the Auckland Trotting Club, Dean Biddlecombe, part of the victory celebrations. Tony, of course, also the Woodland Stud, sponsored reinsman. One Max Factor, Art Major Bay 2-year-old colt out of Tack Filly, raced by Mrs. B.M. Berger, Mrs. T.D. Court, Global Air Conditioning, J.G. Young, Mrs. S.K. Young, T.M. Climo and Mrs. N.J. Dysart. Mike Berger trained at Cambridge. Philip Butcher. 5 Can't Refuse. Better's Delight Brown 2-year-old gelding at a Dream Offer for Mrs. K.J. Purden. Solid Gold Standard Bridge. T. Corson. Mrs. G. Corson. Clearview Racing number 2 Syndicate. T.F. Henderson. T.G. Casey and Mrs. C. Norsbaum. The owners. Brent Mangos for Barry Purden.
Placings in race 4 are confirmed. There's a dead heat for 4th. So official placings are 4, 1, 5 and a dead heat for 4th between 3 and 7. Then came 2. 4, 1, 5, dead heat 3 and 7. Then comes 2. Winner's time, horse 4, Walkinshaw, paced the 1700 metres in 206.79, a mile rate of 159.9. Last 857.4, the 427.9. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, a half length, 3/4 of a length, a dead heat. 415, dead heat for 3 and 7 for 4th. And race 4, the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series, heat 4.
On the confirmation of Judge Graham McLennan, Walkinshaw number 4, 260, 170, 260 and $1.70. 1 Max Factor at $2.40, 240 and 5 Can't Refuse, no third dividend. Quinella $4.80, 480. Trifecta $48.90, 48.90. The first 4 of 4, 1, 5 and 3, $82.80, 82.80, and the 4, 1, 5 and 7 first 4, $76.90, 76.90. 6 and 4 in the double at $5.20, 5.20. 6 and 1 concession, $2.70, 2.70. $25,000 pick 6 along with a double in place 6 to start on race 5. The Mitavite mobile pace over the 2,200 metres, no scratchings. And race 5 is time to go at 5 minutes to 8 o'clock.
Mark Hassim, of course, going back to the middle distance. Probably just going for one outside the square. The money was on early. Now at $6 on the tote, $9.50. If she can get her own way, she's good enough to put this field away. She is a downgrader. Gets away from Class 4. Had 3 runs back towards the end of January. Has been given a bit of a freshener from Deb Edlin. And maybe, hopefully, she can jump onto the pace. Graduation most certainly deserves to be favourite. $2 on the tote at this point and $2.50 with the book. It's a good price because Graduation, as you know, has been running in very tough company. Only Class 4 and 5 are now into a Class 2 and 3. The run on Monday wasn't too bad at all, and behind Homebush Ginger, who's in great form. And Graduation gets her chance, or his chance here today to return to winning form. And also a bit of support too for Kissing Gwyneth. Third run up from that break. She went huge here last Friday. And that was here finishing second. All locked away, JP Patoni for the Class 2 and 3s. Ready. And racing and flying out there as Cassim's going to take a narrow lead, but there goes Speedy Feet to go up and head it off, and coming around the outside, Kissing Gwyneth looking for racing room. The inside there, Graduation's nice and handy. Opawa Massini tracks through. A couple back, here we go to Magic Arrow. 2 or 3 back to Opawa Cassidy, out the back is Corborn Aries. Across the top they come, and scouting round the outside now we've got Graduation. The inside, Kissing Gwyneth giving plenty, not too far away. Opawa Massini, also Cassim just in behind here with Speedy Feet. They go for home. Graduation took over, races away. Graduation gets this nice run. Kissing Gwyneth very close here for third. We've got Opawa Massini, Speedy Feet, Opawa Massini very close here. Then we go back to Cassim, not far away, and then back to Opawa Cassidy, Corborn Aries, and just up at them Magic Arrow. Graduation bounces back, got to the front, and once it got to the front just pulled clear. Very impressive. Big drop in grade here, Mark, and it takes out the first leg of place 6.
Thank you, Daryl. Also the second leg of the triple trio. Lisa Ahern gets the Quinella. It wasn't the dog we highlighted. That finished second, Kissing Gwyneth. It was the closing favourite, Graduation. 2 beats, 5, 1 and 7. 2, 5, 1, 7. Late scratching of the 2 here at the Gardens to go with box number 4 being vacant. So 2 and 4 vacant, and we're about to join our caller here at the Gardens, John McDermott, for meeting code 22, race number 6. Dividends from Hattrick to come through shortly. John McDermott's gone 3 on top to beat 8, 1 and 2, but a clear racing room for that dog. 3, 8, 1 and 2, 310 into 230 for John's top tip, and now the favourite Exotic Pearl. 3 on top to beat 8, 1 and 2. Here is John for the call.
The 240 favourite, 220 fixed odds, 470 Cundle Jack and 460 fixed odds. That previous event, the winner there, 7, 2, 1 and 6 going to Codzilla. Cosmic Rumble Sophie's Melody for Wayne Atwell. Now they're all placed away. Green light going through. Bunny up to the boxes, set to jump here in the 6th event. Ready racing, one of the smartest out was, then she got checked, Exotic Pearl, and going to the lead underneath them, Fears the Oyster, running to the lead over, accepted, Cundle Jack got the third, they were followed a good way back to 10.50 chalk, and Exotic Pearl was put out of it soon after the starter, and is at the tail of the field, but running along in front, Fears the Oyster, about 2 lengths to accepted, in third place Cundle Jack as they travel to the turn, and then a good way back to 10.50, accepted coming after Fear the Oyster, racing clear soon after, and has beaten 10.50s. They were followed up by Cundle Jack, Fear the Oyster, Exotic Pearl, and last of all was Chalk. The winner, number 8, accepted. Tracked the speedy leader, tackled it around the turn, which was Fear the Oyster, and after that has gone home. Too good for them. Number 8 accepted the winner. Accepted the winner by Collision Apology, owned by the Ponderosa Riders Syndicate Manager Jay Zammett, trained by John Mooney. 6 has run second, and that's 10.50s by Bit Chili Pure Conquest for Warwick Brown. Cundle Jack third, Magambo Cundle Miss for Ronald Wright. 2 1/4 by a half, and fourth to number 1, and that was Fears the Oyster. 4.99, 17.54, and they'd run home time 12.61, and they run 30 and 15. Accepted on the total, pay $3.50 and $2.10. Number 6, 10.50 is a good return there of $6.50 for the place.
So 8, 6, 5 and 1 there to the Gardens. The favourite copped an early check by the dog who eventually ran third. 8, 6, 5 and 1. Dividends to come shortly out of the Gardens here on Trackside 1. If you haven't caught the rugby already, kicked off between the Crusaders and the Rebels. Richie McCaw is already being attended to. Not a great sign as we kick off World Cup year. Back at Motu Karara, race number 11. We're about to wrap things up with the Glen Star Main North Road Mobile Pace. Mark Jones on Parissa. It's a loose favourite, $5.70. On fixed odds, it's number 13, Millwood Pink Lady at $4.50 and $2.10. It's out at 8s on the tote at this stage. A winner 2 back on the first day at Waterloo. We'll take a break on Trackside 1. We'll come back with the last out of Mott.
If you're looking to buy a share in a racehorse, you can't go past
Back at Banks Peninsula, ahead of the last on the card here. Racing takes us Sunday to Farlap Raceway and also Invercargill at Escott Park with the 2 meetings on Sunday. In fact, it's back-to-back down in Southland with the Thoroughbreds tomorrow and the harness on Sunday in the Deep South. We're 4 minutes out here and out to $6.20 for who is now the favourite. That's Charisma. Parissa is at $6.40. Was the favourite before we went to break on the tote, but that's drifted 2 out to $6.40 second elect. But with the bookmakers, it is the daughter of Ahoka, Arizona, who's won 2 from 9, and that second win came at Blenheim on the first day at Waterloo. And certainly here on the grass for the first time, we'll see what she can do. Good form already in her career, but an interesting old race to finish the program with 3.5 minutes out. We'll head to you, Mark McNamara, and get your thoughts around this final race. 10, 16 and 2 to be alive in the quaddie.
And 11 for me here. Mark changed the rules. I think it's a nice barrier draw. $8.40 for the win and $2.90 for the place. The horse ran second to O'Need and Onyx last time. And 2 starts ago was a third behind Tasman Brymac. Can he get a nice run through on the back of Smoke and Chick, who's not blistering out of the gate, but good enough to hold somewhere nearby, I think. So 11 changed the rules on top. To beat number 8 just a little better. She's got a pulled draw, but she's coming out of a race behind New Year's J. So she's in for second. 10 to run third, Better Think Twice. A 6th behind Fight for Glory. And a Omakau winner 2 starts ago, betting Tintanara. And 9 sheer class. Beat a smart one in Heretic Franco at Wacko 80 last week, so form's got to be good at $22 and $5. Just worked up the inside at the right time and finished off nicely, but has had no luck with the barrier draw. So 11, 8, 10 and 9 for the running of the 11th. And the driver for Charisma, if you need it, is Gerard O'Reilly. Got a great record here, Charisma. 3 starts on the track for 2 wins. And Gerard's picked up the drive on it, and Dexter drives number 10, Better Think Twice. For Cran, a 6th behind Fight for Glory, beaten 6.5 lengths. Fight for Glory went out of that race and won the first heat of the Neville ER Philly Series. So bodes well for a race like this one. And Millwood Pink Lady, who we haven't mentioned, was a winner 2 starts ago up at Blenheim, beating Cut Loose, and then not far behind Dana Duke on the second day. And Terry Schmiel. The drive on a horsey co-trains with Glennis for the Simons in their pink and royal blue colours. Getting pretty dark, it could be worse. It's overcast, but not the worst in this upcoming race. 14 to run, been a good day of racing. Strange day of racing. Had 3 or 4 drivers tipped out and Yeah, just fortunately no real serious injuries. I believe that Barry Crothers was taken to hospital. He might have just been somewhat dazed when he went over the rail, which is understandable. There's Craig Thornley, he's had a winner today. Jimmy Curtin's okay. Sandy's there as well, she'll be relieved as anybody. He might be a little sore, Jimmy, after the tip out, but hey, compared to some of the things that's happened with injuries in the last 12, 24 months, he's walking out unassisted. Might have just bumped the knee on landing. He'll be good to work the team tomorrow, ready to go for Timaru on Sunday if he's got horses in down there. Matty Cross with all of the action from Timaru on Sunday. So the 14 of them are up at the start. Seems like quite some time ago that Team Taylor won the first, with the latest start here. Becomes the norm this time of year for twilight racing at Mocha Carrara, and that was the case today. And the crowd thinning out towards the end of the afternoon. But they've seen some close finishes. Rough result, Alan Go Lightly at almost $90, winning at start number 4 earlier for the Garters. And yeah, just an amazing incident. And as I said, Barry was strung up over the inside fence, but he was taken to hospital dazed apparently. And the Clark boys, Steve got tipped out of being Tharsuan. He's got a sore buttocks apparently. That was the problem. Brother Alan got run over at the start. He was one of the start crew. It is Friday the 13th. Coming up for the last race, Glenstar Main North Road Mobile. Millwood Pink Lady, 440 and 210. 670 for Charisma. $7 Better Think Twice. 720 Change the Rules, and 770 Parissa. Race 11.
50.
Set to run.
Go.
Go. No right, just go. And out slowly from the 5-gate Bird of Paradise. Speed from Tubby Sister will get over in front of Highland Rain, and there's Just a Little Better flying over. Charisma settles down third, but will get left in the open as Just a Little Better gets over to lead. Sound Swift 3 wide, and in between horses Smoke and Chick. 3 up Parissa from Better Think Twice, and then Change the Rules, and 3 wide as Millwood Pink Lady. Madison Hill the running line from Albuquerque, and the couple back at the tail end. They include Sheer Class dragging back to last as Bird of Paradise worked by her. The leader is Just a Little Better with Bobby Butt. Margins a length and a half on Tubby Sister, and 3 wide Parissa arriving up outside of them. Looping the field, Millwood Pink Lady from her wide back row draw, and she's going up in search of the lead as Just a Little Better gives the lead away to Parissa, and the speeds clap right on because Parissa's keen to lead. Sound Swift 4th, Tubby Sister is 5th on the inside from Charisma. 2 lengths to Highland Rain on the inside of Smoke and Chick. 1.5 Change the Rules, and then Better Think Twice. Next Madison Hill as they just jam the brakes on going down the back. Albuquerque, Bird of Paradise, and Sheer Class the second last as Bird of Paradise went off stride. Out near the 1,000-metre mark, and Parissa leads by 2 lengths over Millwood Pink Lady, who did have a decent old chomp for the lead, but quickly backed off when it wasn't there. They did clap the speed on though. Just a Little Better runs third the trail. Tubby Sister, 4th on the inside of Sound Swift, 1.5 Charisma. Then Highland Rain the pegs. 1.5 Smoke and Chick from on the inside Albuquerque. Change the Rules, won't have minded that mid-race burn. Then came Better Think Twice following Change the Rules. Madison Hill around Sheer Class, and Bird of Paradise has tailed off now. They have near 600 metres left to go, and it's Parissa by a half a length. Second outside the speed, Millwood Pink Lady travelling well, Parissa being worked upon. Leaders back, Just a Little Better waits on the go. Harness lane as Parissa's finding plenty in front. Next is Sound Swift, then Tubby Sister, Charisma, Better Think Twice. Further back is Highland Rain, and then Smoke and Chick. Madison Hill Change the Rules, and Sheer Class. In the straight, Parissa kicking. 1.5 lengths, Just a Little Better easing around the leader's wheel. Tubby Sister back to the inside. Millwood Pink Lady's gone from Sound Swift. Parissa leads below the 200-metre mark. Just a Little Better's a neck away. Tubby Sister the inside. Sound Swift outside the 4. It's still Parissa. Just a Little Better. Tubby Sister. Sound Swift can't reach them. Just a Little Better drives at Parissa and won it. Just a Little Better beat Parissa and Tubby Sister. Sound Swift 4th, then Change the Rules, Smoke and Chick. Madison Hill, Albuquerque. Better Think Twice, Sheer Class and Charisma. And then came Highland Rain. And further back in the race is Millwood Pink Lady and Bird of Paradise, the last in. 8, 7 and 3. Number 8, Just a Little Better. Bobby Butt. Handed up to the right one. $18 and $3.90. 7 Parissa, $2.70. and 3 Tubby's Sister, $6.40. And on a day of good finishes, the last has been no different. The winner race by Robert John Butt, Mrs. M.A. Treleaven, and in the estate of the late J.J. Thompson. A Better's Delight wiped the floor, 5-year-old mare. Parissa second, severely looked at by Millwood Pink Lady going into the back. And Art Major, a Walker Star, 5-year-old. Mark Jones from Woodend Beach, and Tubby's Sister, a Washington BC. Teletubby, 6-year-old mare. Tim Williams and Don Swanston from Templeton. That's been racing, Mark. Gee, it's been an exciting day of finishes. The last no different. 4 live hopes at the 150 metre mark. Parissa led them past the 150. Nilly led them past the post, but just a little better with that early turn of foot's been able to run her down. From the trackside crew at Mocha Carrara, good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Mark. We'll have that result very shortly from Banks Peninsula, but we're back at Alexandra Park to get pick 6 underway. Craig Thompson, and we are about to see a champion international reinsman on his way to the World Drivers' Champs in US representative Tim Tetrick.
Absolutely, Mark. North American legend Tim Tetrick caught up with him earlier in the night, and this is what he had to say. Tim, welcome to Alexandra Park. Your first visit to New Zealand. Arrived this morning. I hope you're not too jet-lagged. Tim, you're over in New Zealand for the first time, but you're going to represent the States in the World Drivers' Champs.
Yes, I look really forward to it. I was very lucky to get selected by the United States Trotting Association and President Phil Langley, and just happy they selected me to represent the United States.
Mate, looking through your career, it's outstanding. I think $153 million worth of stakes over a long period of time, some 8,500 winners. Quite an unbelievable statistics.
I've been very, very fortunate. I think I got beat 37,000 times, though, to get those 8,000. But I've been very fortunate, to make a living at something that I love to do, and I've been very lucky to get to do it.
You're here to drive a horse called the Fascinator tonight. This one for Tony Hurley in race number 5. You know a lot about the filly?
Just that they said she's really sweet to drive, and she'd be great for my first time here at New Zealand track. So I just look forward to getting behind the starting gate and then see how things go over here.
She'll do a wonderful job. She's a lovely mare and in very good form at the moment. Now tell me, you're here for a couple of speaking engagements, one of them at Alexandra Park on Sunday, then the next one at Addington, I think on Monday or Tuesday night. Looking forward to this?
Oh, definitely. I just like to meet new people and, help promote our standardbred breed, whether it's in the United States or over here in Australia or New Zealand. So I just look forward to getting to meet a lot of new people.
Understand you're a big keen fisherman. You're going to do a bit of fishing with Tony Hurley?
How good I am at it, we're going to find out tomorrow. But, Tony said he was going to take me, and I was happy to get that.
Mate, I'm looking through these stats. 13 Breeders' Crowns, 4 Meadowland Paces. When did you start driving, and how long have you been doing it?
I started in Illinois at Fairmont Park. I drove my first parimutuel drive when I was 18 in 2000, or in 99, and they closed it down that December. But I've been driving at the fairs before that. And, since then I pretty much drive every day, everywhere I can go. And, the last 8-9 years I moved to the East Coast to race Dover, Meadowlands, Chester, New York, Yonkers. I've been very lucky to race in a lot of the Breeders' Crowns, and I would have had 3 more if I don't get snowed in. But it's still good.
Mate, tell me, the Bionic Man, this is your nickname. How did that come about?
Well, unfortunately I've had two hip replacements that turned out well. I'm very happy. I come back the first time in 37 days after my hip surgery, and they put the name Bionic Man on me. So, $6
million man, eh? Now tell me, after tonight, you obviously will head towards the sales. You're looking forward to that, obviously at Karaka on Monday, and then down to Christchurch.
I love participating at the young yearling sales. The breeders are so important in our business, and I like being there watching them put on a good show for the owners, and where new owners get involved with horses. And I love watching the young horses grow from when they're weanlings all the way up to their 3-4 and racing all the major stakes.
It's a pleasure to have you at Alexandra Park tonight. Good luck with the Fascinator in race number 5. You are one of the world's best, and we're looking forward to see you do your thing in race 5.
Thank you very much. I just hope I don't embarrass myself too bad, so hopefully it'll be good.
Well, the nicest guys you've ever met, Tim Tetrick, and he's going to be here for a couple of speaking engagements, the first of them on Sunday night. I'll talk to you about that a little bit after race number 5. Barry Purdon trains the faithful. This is what he had to say. This one for the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicate, the Faithful. Gee, they're giving them a thrill at the moment. Very consistent of late and comes up with a nice draw.
Yeah, he does, and he's racing well, Craig. He, his form's good. He's got a nice draw tonight, and he's a genuine wee horse. He always sort of goes good, but if he can get the nice run tonight, I'm sure he'll go pretty close too.
Barry Purden with his thoughts on the Faithful in race number 5 tonight. Good field, this first leg of pick 6. My number 7, Same a Name, on top to beat 2, the Faithful, 6, the Fascinator, and 5, Strike the Gold. 7, 2, 6 and 5. Aaron's with 2, 4, 6 and 7. He's with the Faithful on top as well. Aaron, as I come to you, looking forward to seeing Tim Tetrick, a man that's driven over 8,500 winners. He is in the black colours of Tony Hurley with the Fascinator from Barry number 6, a legend in the game. Here's Aaron's call on race number 5.
Australia. The runners in behind the yellow bar arm for the Mitavite Mobile Pace, first leg of the chase for the 25,000 in pick 6 tonight. Double in place 6 also to start on this race. And we welcome our American champion driver, Tim Tetrick, out of barrier 6 on the Fascinator. Into the lane, the green light is up and they're off and pacing. Tassie's Devil is the first one to show up with Strike the Gold, near followed by the Faithful. The Fascinator will be caught 3 wide going to the stables corner first occasion. In fact, Tim might be able to get down one, get into the early 1-1, might be parked as Strike the Gold has a play on the lead on Tassie's Devil. Jimmy McElroy will end up 3 back on the inside, so the Fascinator and Tim Tetrick to sit out to park. They're followed then by Down Under Strides back with the favourite Say My Name, and back last is Cyclone Prince. Up into the back straight they pace, and it's Strike the Gold. Leading by a length, the Fascinator comes up strongly on the outside, is pressing the leader, but the leader's not there. Tassie's Devil in the trail. There's 4 lengths, Jimmy McElroy. The Faithful to his outside. The lead time in 42.2. 3 lengths away, Down Under Stride. They're followed by the favourite Say My Name and John Dunn. He's back second last, and Cyclone Prince last as a sweep across the showgrounds turn. And Strike the Gold, Simon Lawson wanted the lead and will hold it with the Better's Delight Colt coming onto the lane, a length and a half. From in second is Tassie's Devil in the hands of Ben Butcher. 3 lengths away in the field, the Fascinators got down to the marker line for the Bionic Man and Tim Tetrick. There's 4 lengths away to Jimmy McElroy and the Magic Man Morris McHenry. Then came the Faithful and Zach Butcher. Back in the field, Down Under Stride, the Iceman Tony Hurley, Say My Name, Cyclone Prince and the Wizard Todd Mitchell. They're back last, 30 and 6 the opening quarter. Mitavite Mobile, Stables Corner, final time. Strike the Gold, Tassie's Devil. The Fascinator again looking to work away from the marker line. Then Jimmy McElroy, the Faithful, starts to inch up on the outside, the second favourite. Down Under Stride will get a track home on that. The Fascinator will come out in front of that pair. They're followed by Say My Name and Cyclone Prince. 32 and 3 was the second quarter. Strike the Gold through the back. A length and a half, Tassie's Devil. The Fascinator again. One over on the outside, sitting out park for Tetrick. Back on the inside then to Jimmy McElroy. The Faithful and the Whiz Kid in the 1-1, Zach Butcher. They're followed then by Down Under Stride. Further back is Cyclone Prince and Say My Name. The favourite's got to get around all runners in 6 lengths to make up. 29 and 4 the quarter down the back. Strike the Gold, the Fascinator's right there. Tassie's Devil waiting the passing lane. The Faithful comes off the back of the Fascinator now, then Down Under Stride. Say My Name to the outside. The Fascinator goes to Strike the Gold. The Faithful down the outside. The Fascinator's in front. Strike the Gold. The Faithful down the outside. The Fascinator. The Faithful's coming strongly. The Fascinator. The Faithful. The Fascinator. The Faithful. The Faithful will get up. The Faithful, Zach Butcher, will beat out the Fascinator and Tim Tetrick. Oh, Zach, he'll want that photo on the wall. They were followed then by Strike the Gold. Further back was Say My Name, Down Under Stride, Tassie's Devil, Jimmy McElroy, Cyclone Prince and 242.5. Home and 27.9. The Kiwi Whiz Kid, Zach Butcher, gets over the top of the American champion, Timmy Tetrick, in the final 40 metres. And the Faithful goes on for the prize, the son of Better's Delight. He'll pick up a performance incentive bonus. Gutsy run by the Fascinator. Tetrick tried everything to get the mare home. She'll go down a short margin. Strike the Gold will be the third across in the Mitavite Mobile Pace.
Official placings, race 5, the Mitavite Mobile Pace. 265,743. 265,743. Horse 2, the Faithful, paced the 2200 metres in 242.64. That's a mile rate of 158.9. Last 857.3, the 427.9. The margins ahead 1 3/4 lengths. 265,743, race 5, the Mitavite Mobile Pace.
Fanfare playing out for the Mitavite Mobile Pace winner in the Faithful, indicating the performance incentive bonus struck by the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate. They get the victory, and in good fashion. Better's Delight Brown, 3-year-old gelding out of Jules Winning Mare, in running on Faith Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon, and the Faithful bred by Woodland Stud New Zealand Limited, and that's career win 3. At start number 8 for the Faithful. Zach Butcher just getting over the top of champion American driver Tim Tetrick on the Fascinator. The Better's Delight Black 5-year-old mare out of Impish, raced by Mrs. N.J. Weston, R.W. Thompson, P.J. Hales, S.H. Matthews, Mrs. L.G. Halligan and Mrs. S. Hurley. The Bionic Man, Tim Tetrick, doing the driving, and 5 strike the gold third to make it a Better's Delight trifecta. A Bay 3-year-old colt out of Hill of Gold for Lincoln Farms Limited, D. Cotterill, Mrs. A. Cotterill and G. Cotterill, Ray Green trained at Pukekohe, and Simon Lawson. The Faithful, down there part of the victory celebrations, race night steward Gordon Robertson, nice win by the Faithful, and I'm pretty sure that Zach Butcher will be very happy with that win too, getting over the top of the champion American Rangeman as well, with worldwide exposure on the race as well for young Zach Butcher. The Faithful, number 2 at $3.50 and $1.30, $3.50, $1.30. 6, the Fascinator at $1.60, $1.60 and 5 strike the gold, $2.80, $2.80. Quinella $11.10, $11.10. The trifecta $79.10, $79.10. The first 4 $186.20, $186.20. The early quaddie 3, 6, 4 and 2. $132.50, $132.50, 3, 6, 4 and 2 with the early quaddie. Cromley Lockwood Handicap Trotters race 6 on the program tonight, 2,700 metres. There are no scratchings. That race is time to go at 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, and we'll have an update for you on pick 6 on the back of the Kids Carts action. So the second of the Kids Carts action tonight. Kids Carts North Island wishes to thank Frank Phelan and all the Alexandra Park starting crew, Handicap Trot. Morning Moon, Shannon McEwen for the QMU Kids Carts, Pixie Tennille Bell for Waikato, Silver Lining Jordan Bublets, Waikato, Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara QMU, Pumpkin Nathan Darby, Franklin, Tonto, Brianna Thomas, QMU Cossack, Danny McFarlane, Franklin, Tinkerbella, Linda Pringle, QMU, Jelly Holly Noakes for Franklin, Clyde Harrison Darby, Franklin, Playboy Sapphire Forsyth, QMU, Caramello, Caleb Bublets for the Waikato Kids Carts, as to Eros and Jordan Trewick, and Ricky Taylor Pereira for the Franklin Kids Carts. The second of the Kids Carts action, ladies and gentlemen, not too far away. $18,455.8 live in pick 6. 18,455.8 live in pick 6. The Kids Karts for the Kids Karts North Island, which is Frank Phelan and all the Alexandra Park starting crew, 600 metre trot. They'll be sent on their journey shortly. Good little innovation coming up for the QMU Trotting Club's meeting too. And what was that, Tuesday week out on the grass at Avondale. Denise Goldsworthy putting together some drives for some ladies there. So if you're interested in having a drive on a pony, get in touch with Denise Goldsworthy. You can be part of the action with us Tuesday week out at the Avondale meeting for the QMU Trotting Club. Right, we are set and ready to go. Morning Moon, Pixie, Silver Lining step up, and they're off now. Betsy Boo, first one out, in the hands of Taitlin Hanara, followed Morning Moon, Shannon McEwen, back on the inside, Pixie and Tennille Belfer. Pumpkin, Nathan Darby's there, driving through those Silver Lining and Jordan Bublets. They're followed by the first race winner, Tonto, Brianna Thomas. Around that is Cossack and Danny McFarlane, followed Tinkerbella, Linda Pringle. A break in the field then to Clyde and Harrison Darby, around Jelly, and back on the inside, Holly Noakes. Further away in the field then, as a pace or they trot across the top on the showgrounds turn, was Playboy and Sapphire Forsyth. Then came Eros and Jordan Truick, Caramello and Caleb Bublets, and Ricky and Taylor Pereira back at the tail. So coming across the top, and Betsy Boo is our leader. Leads by a couple from Silver Lining, out wide a Cossack. Tonto's coming into the race nicely. They're around Pumpkin. Further back is Morning Moon, and they're followed then by Tinkerbella running on. Pixie's back in the field, as too is Clyde and Jelly. Further away in the field to Eros. They're followed by Ricky, just starting to get around now. Playboy, and further back in the field is Caramello galloping. Down the straight they come, and it's Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara. Out and after it, Cossack, Danny McFarlane. They were runner-up in the first race. Further back, Silver Lining. Tinkerbella's making up good ground on the inside. Further back is Pumpkin. They're followed by Tonto. Eros is making good ground. 75 left to go. Betsy Boo up on the outside. Cossack comes strongly. Betsy Boo, Cossack to fight it out. Oh, Betsy Boo just shied. Cossack will get up on the outside here for Danny McFarlane, and Cossack to get the second of the Kids Karts North Island, which is to thank Frank Phelan and all the Alexandra Park starting crew trot. Beating home second was Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara. Eros getting home strongly for third for Jordan Truick. They were followed by Tinkerbella. Then came Ricky. They were followed Silver Lining. Further back in the field was Pumpkin. They were followed by Tonto. Back in the field was Clyde. They were followed by Jelly. Morning Moon and Pixie were the next couple to trot by. Playboy was back, and Caramello to be the last. The second of our Kids Karts action tonight. And Betsy Boo just doing a couple of things wrong there in the last 50 metres. Gives the win to Cossack, who was coming strongly for Danny McFarlane. They were runner-up in the first race. Betsy Boo, Taitlin Hanara for second, and Eros working home nicely will pick up the third prize for Jordan Truick for the Waikato Kids Karts. That's our Kids Karts action tonight, ladies.
To third. So it will be 1, 3, 5 and 6. They've gone 17.56. And that sectional time 6.94. Run home 10.62. And Bolt Allegro wins by 4.5 lengths, by 1 by a half, and another win for Collision Haifa Allegro. Lisa Ahern, owner and trainer, start 30 today and win number 8. Vicky's Quest for Lana Yudi has gone a much better race into second, and Fast Pack King doing its best work towards the end will make up that trifecta. That time again 17.56. Another one for Lisa Ahern. On to race number 9 to get the second quaddie underway here at Hat-Trick tonight. And the scratchings here of the two always welcome. Corborn Maddie gets a start from that inside trap of 2. And the Pala Mountains Nutrition Class 4 and 5 over the 520 metres to get the quaddie underway here, Mark. And we'll have you back just before 8.34.
Yeah, and that's a Lisa Ahern special there with... most of the field covered by Lisa. Matt Roberts has got 2. Brian Marsh has got all in Berlin, the outsider in the field. But from the Ahern kennels at 3.20, Mammy Brown, current bookmaker's favourite. 1, 3, 5 and 6, Bolt Allegro In race 8 at 2.10 and 170, 3 Vicky's Quest at $2.40 and 5 Fastback King $4.20. 1 and 3 Quinella 7.10, 135 Trifecta 81.60. First 4 135 and 6 pays you a dividend of $414.70, 414.70, 135 and 6, 2 and 1, 4.30, 2 and 3, $5.40, and the triple trio from race day, 0.65 winning units. So 0.65 winning units in the main dividend, the main pool, the concession, 20.19 winning units collecting that dividend there, $31. So $31 to 20.19 in the concession, and the main pool, 0.65 of a winning unit in tonight's Whanganui triple trio. Here is a look at the first leg of the quaddie, with Mammy Brown being the favourite, option 109 at $3.20, $5 for Kennelmate Really Clever, and then a couple at sixes, number 1 Corborn Steve and 3 Check the Mail. Corborn Matty, 4 Matt Roberts into box number 2 will split both Corborn Steve and Check the Mail in the box draws coming out of box number 2. 8:34 the start time of race number 9 coming out of Hattrick. We'll take a break shortly. We'll take a look at this market for our next to go before we have you there. We'll stay with the greyhounds. We've got the Gardens on the way. Once again, we have a vacant box through the card, and that's box number 2. Should be vacant. I can see there they're yet to change it. In fact, it's over the 715. That's why they haven't changed it at the 520 boxes, because this race is for the stayers. It's meeting code 22, race 8, over the 715, and the early selections of John McDermott are 8, 5, 2 and 3. 8, 5, 2 and 3, but sounds like a late scratching of dog number 2. So 8, 5 and 3 in this 8th event of the Gardens over the 715, and we are 3.5 minutes away.
You can rest assured your precious investment is protected when you
Arlene Jones, and we welcome then on track tonight 1 Jasinski Luck Chin at 17 and 5.80, 2 El Bundy David Butcher 4.20 and $1.10. The 3 Dead Cat Bounce from 10 behind Scott Phelan 25 and 7.20. 4 Silver Stream Richard Brosnan 73 and 18. 5 Harry Johnson 20 behind Todd McFarlane 22 and 6.60. 6 Bone Chip Tony Hurley 11 and 2.70. 7 Our Dainty Lady James Stormont 9.30 2.80. 8 Idle Bones Unruly off 20 Brent Mangos 2.51.10. 9 Dr Hook from 35 behind Zach Butcher 10 and 3.30. Number 10 Unkiss from 45 behind John Dunn at 9.90 and 3.60. Crombie Lockwood handicap trot 2,700 metres, 11 minutes of betting time available. Good luck with your bets in race 6.
Getting towards the outside at the 150. It's still over on the inside, Waikaha. Here's Coe. Coe's flying with Lockett. Coe going after Waikaha. Coe's got his nose in front and he's got there. Coe won it. I'm on the outside.
Yeah, Coe's back at home for Alan Sharrock and is really short for tomorrow's running of the Hooker Pacific Taranaki Cup. Some really nice racing around the country. Not only do we have the Avondale Guineas, where we'll see the TV3 Derby favourite Volkstock and Barrel go up against Mongolian Khan, but at Taranaki we do have Alan Sharrock's Charge Coe with Jonathan Parks at around about $1.90 on fixed odds for the Hooker Pacific Taranaki Cup. It's worth $80,000. It'll jump at $4.27 on Trackside 1 tomorrow. A reminder, we do have the Turbo bonus quaddie back. In fact, every Saturday during the month of February, the big bonus Turbo quaddie. And tomorrow, $50,000 in the pool. The pool got massive last week. We've got 3 venues. All of the races will be on Trackside 1, take note. Ascot Park will change channels, but not for the bonus quaddie. So the bonus quaddie legs will all be on Trackside 1. We start off at 4:04 with the Invercargill Gold Cup. We head to Ellerslie for race number 7. The Taranaki Cup featuring Koei. Race number 7's leg 3 at 4:27, and it's all done and dusted in under 60 minutes with the Avondale Gold Cup at 4:47. So 4:04 leg 1 Invercargill, leg 2 4:14, the 7th at Ellerslie, leg 3 the Taranaki Cup race 7 at 4:27, leg 4 4:47, the Avondale Gold Cup race 8 at Ellerslie. It'll be on meeting code 30. So meeting code 30 for the bonus turbo quaddie, 4:04 tomorrow with $50,000 in the bonus pool. For more information, make sure you check out the news and tips page, newsandtipsoftab.co.nz for more details on tomorrow's bonus turbo quaddie at our 3 New Zealand thoroughbred venues. About to box away for our next live race. We're at the Gardens. We're over the 715 metres. The favourite's dog number 8. It's the Top Tip of John McDermott.
12:35, quick run 29.63. Now they're all in, green light going through. Power is on, the bunny's on its way. This is race number 8, set to jump. Ready, racing now. One of the smartest out towards the centre was Too Cunning, My Miss Diva. Victory Bell gets around the outside of that first turn, but Jesus tied and she's got run off a little bit. And as they travel towards the turn, Emily Sweet takes over. Into second place, have a go, Megsy. They were followed and moving up there by Mr. Corsair. Back behind those runners there was Miss Enchanted, followed by Victory Bell, who's got going again. And then came My Miss Diva, and dropping to the tail of the field there was Too Cunning, and the run down the bagger. And there's Mr. Corsair taking off and running away in front by 4. In second place, Emily Sweet as they travel to the turn, and then Victory Bella, and then came further back, have a go, Megs and Miss Enchanted, but it's all Mr. Corsair is going to bolt in. Victory Bell second, third Emily Sweet. They were followed by have a go, Megsy, Miss Enchanted, a good way back to My Miss Diva, and last of all was Too Cunning. The winner is number 5, Mr. Corsair. Mr. Corsair, the winner. And Mr. Corsair has won and won well. Mr. Corsair, number 5, is by Dashing Corsair at Adios Magic, and by John Summers and trained by Michelle Shambler. That's been a strong win at the finish. Defeating number 8, and that's Victory Bell, Collision Diamondo, Greg Adamwaite, and number 3, Emily Sweet, Lochinvar, Marlow, Assassin Gal for Barry Howler. 6.5 by 2, the time of 42.53, 4.59, 16.21, 26.31, and the winning margin 6.5 by 2. 5.83 and 1. What happened?
So 5.83 and 1. 5.83 and 1 there to the Gardens. We'll tidy it up shortly. 42 and 52. For the 715, 5.83 and 1. So the favourite ends up running in for second position, and we'll certainly tidy up those dividends shortly. Well, our visiting driver Tim Tetrick on his way to the World Drivers' Championships in Australia, of course putting on a wee bit of a show there, and well, our young gun Zach Butcher managing to beat him, and interesting to see the conversation there being taking place between the two. Post-race turned things into an exciting spectacle in the previous at Alexandra Park. Craig Thompson, and while he's sticking around for the sales, as we heard before the race, Tim Tetrick, and if the members of the public want to get out and see him face to face, there are a couple of places you can do that next week.
You want me to do it for you?
Absolutely. Mark, one of the nice guys I've met in harness racing, real good fella. Actually got a couple of photos with him. We'll put them on the old Facebook page, and yeah, he's been really obliging to the public here at Alexandra Park. A lot of people have got photos with him and signed a few autographs, a few catalogues. Yeah, done a great job, and of course he's got a speaking engagement here on Sunday, Mark, at Alexandra Park in the Elsu room at 7:30 on Sunday night. Anyone can rock up here to Alexandra Park. There's no charge. He's going to have a speaking engagement. You can grab a bite to eat. There will be a charge for that at the Alexandra Park restaurant here. $16, I believe, for a buffet meal. Get a photo with Tim, ask him a few questions, and listen to what a man that's driven over 8,500 winners has to say. He speaks very well and has really enjoyed his time at Alexandra Park. Caught up with him after the race, Mark, and he was thrilled. He said the Fascinator gave him a really, really good feel, and just caught late. Caught up with Zach Butcher also afterwards, and he was equally as thrilled. Couldn't believe he knocked off one of the world's greatest with the Faithful. And yes, super drive, the Faithful Zach Butcher. Barry Purdon, he trained the Faithful. He trains Dr. Hook in the next. Dr. Hook, the old boy, there's plenty of life still left in those old legs at the moment. That showed on Saturday when, again, nice at the trials.
Yeah, he went good at the trials on Saturday. He's going good. Craig, he's 35's a long way back though, but he's so reliable and he always trots off good, and he's always got to be considered for that fact. But I'm sure if he gets a good run, look, he'll figure on the finish like he did last time.
Yeah, Dr. Hook, he's a 9-year-old now, but gee, racing in great heart at the moment. He's won 16 and $430,000 in stakes. He's got another one or two left in him, especially on the way he worked on Saturday. I reckon 8 Idle Bones here. Quite keen on this mare tonight. Watched her work a couple of weeks ago. She beat Stent at the trials at Franklin. Stent went to Australia, rolled them last Saturday night. Opened at $8.50, this mare, Idle Bones, into $3.40. Huge move on this mare. Prior to Christmas, she was racing a great heart. Just had a couple of runs where she's a little bit off her game. You can't miss her. The grey mare by Monkey Bones. Just like the way she paraded a fortnight ago, and I reckon if she backed up that trial into race day form tonight, she can win off the 20-metre handicap. I put 8 Idle Bones as the value bit of the night. Not getting much value at $8. This morning you were, $3.40 now. Probably should be around about that $4 quote. So Idle Bones on top. Main danger, Al Bundy. Very good and good time last start, and he has the handicap advantage. In saying that, when he steps a little bit slowly. So even though he's off the front, it'll get a couple past him early on. He just got to trot safety around that first bend, Al Bundy, and he's the main danger. 8 to beat 2. Of the rest, Bone Chip, much better last start behind Uncas. Bone Chip, this one for Trevor Casey, trained by Tony Hurley, got to have it in. And I thought Dr. Hook, the old boy, had a chance here, even off that 35-metre handicap. 8, my value of the night, to beat runners 2, 6 and 9. Aaron's marked him in race number 6. Talking to him last night, I know he's big on Al Bundy. He's got it on top to beat 10, 6 and 9. Aaron, as I come to you, gee, it was a great race to last. The Faithful getting up to beat the Fascinator, and gee, there was a raucous crowd here willing Timmy Tetrick to get the money with the Fascinator, and they gave him a big round of applause.
Yeah, great to have those sorts of drivers with us, isn't it? It'd be great to see like an intercontinental series or something like that to try and get more of the American drivers to come south for trips down here, to have many more of those drivers on display down here, because they learn plenty from our drivers. But these drivers, of course, from the days of watching on with Ross Wolfenden, he could be driving at 3 tracks in a day. He could be driving mid-afternoon, mid-afternoon, and then the night meeting there, so they certainly get a lot of drives under their belt. It was great to have the Bionic Man on track with us tonight, Tim Tetrick, and good luck to him in the World Drivers' Championship across in Australia. The Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot, yep, Al Bundy for me. It's his toughest test to date, but I think we'll be saying that for every start from now on. Craig, he's a very, very nice trotter. As I mentioned, he was only 1.5 seconds outside of Lyle Creek's 2,200 metre track record when he won here 2 weeks ago, David Butcher for the Rogerson Blanchard team. 10 Uncas, he was strong when winning his first look at Alexandra Park. John and Robert Dunn, the 6 Bone Chip, was game win runner-up in behind Uncas, and the 9 Dr. Hook, well, in the mix was a nice workout winner too last weekend, Zach Butcher. 2, 10, 6 and 9 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Those in the South Island, if they want to catch up with Tim Tetrick on Tuesday evening at Addington Raceway at Spectators, 7:30 there. Make sure you get along and catch one of the greats of harness racing. If you're in the Christchurch region, make sure, of course, a lot of people at the sales. After the sales on Tuesday evening, Spectators Bar, Addington Raceway, 7:30 Tuesday night. Well worth getting along. and having a listen. Not far away from getting underway for race number 6 tonight, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. Got equal favourites here now with 2 Al Bundy and 8 Idle Bones. Al Bundy in the Rogerson Blanchard colours off the front, the red with the blue sleeves. Here's Aaron's call on race number 6.
Thanks, Craig, and the Square Gators will be called up to their respective barrier strands shortly. Front 10, 20, 35 and 45 metre tapes in operation here for the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. Specialised standard bred insurance with the Crombie Lockwood, with Liz Smith and Carleen Jones. Crombie Lockwood.co.nz. Favourite is Al Bundy into $3. A real progressive trotter he is. Wasn't too far outside Lyle Creek's 2,200 metre track record when last produced. 2,700 metres tonight. So Jasinski just refusing to come closer to the front tape here. So a barrier team just trying to get her to move a wee bit closer forward to the front tape. Off 10 metres, Dead Cat Bounce and also Silver Stream. From 20 metres, Harry Johnson, Bone Chip, Our Dainty Lady and Idle Bones. Idle Bones Unruly. Dr. Hook from 35 and Unkiss from the 45 metre back mark. So starter Frank Phelan up on his platform, issuing the final instructions to the drivers. They'll turn the Square Gators in. Uncas comes up onto its back mark. Barrier strands release. And they're off and trotting out safely was Jasinski and also Al Bundy. Silver Stream will settle down third. They're followed by a Dead Cat Bounce. Bone Chip is the next in running around Harry Johnson, Our Dainty Lady, as they trot onto the showgrounds, turn their first occasion. Dr. Hook now off stride as Idle Bones, one of the favourites, going into that first corner and losing its chance. Uncas got underneath it, and now Idle Bones down and trotting. In fact, as I say that, it's rolled into a gallop again. Another galloper up ahead, that was Jasinski. Into the home straight they come, and Al Bundy, DJB David Butcher in front by 2.5 over a Silver Stream. There's 5 or 6 lengths away Dead Cat Bounce, followed by Bone Chip. Over on the outside, Jasinski's back down and trotting and coming forward again for Luck Chin around Harry Johnson. Further back in the field is Dr. Hook there, followed Our Dainty Lady, and Unkiss last of the winning chances. No chance now to Idle Bones, Stables corner first occasion. Al Bundy, the son of great success, leads a length and a half Silver Stream. 2 lengths Dead Cat Bounce, and then Bone Chip. Jasinski on the outside of Harry Johnson. Dr. Hook in the 1-1 around Our Dainty Lady, and Unkiss is back last as they trot up into the back, and a long margin away to Idle Bones. Through the back they go, and the favourite Al Bundy doing it nicely in front here for a David Butcher. In second, Silver Stream, Richard Brosnan, followed Dead Cat Bounce. Now Bone Chips away from the markers to sit park for the Iceman Tony Hurley. Harry Johnson to its inside. Jasinski with 1-1 cover. Then Our Dainty Lady. Dr. Hook back second, last of the winning chances, and Uncas last 1:29 and 8 was the lead time as they sweep across the showgrounds turn again. Al Bundy comfortably in front over Silver Stream. 2 lengths away Dead Cat Bounce in third for Scott Phelan. Bone Chip fourth and Park. Harry Johnson fifth and 4 back on the inside here for Todd McFarlane. Jasinski 1-1. Our Dainty Lady, Jimmy Stormont, snook it away on the marker line. Back in the field, Dr. Hook and Zach Butcher, and back with that Uncas and John Dunn. The opening quarter 32 and 7. Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot, and this beautiful trotter Al Bundy will take them into their final circuit, a length and a half Silver Stream. Bone Chip inching closer up on the outside, then Dead Cat Bounce eases away from the markers there. Does Phelan to take the 1-1 on the back of Bone Chip. Jasinski flushed out 3. There followed Harry Johnson. Further back in the field is Dr. Hook around Our Dainty Lady, and Uncas second quarter 31.7. Al Bundy through the back. Leads a length and a quarter, Silver Stream. Bone Chip presses up on the outside. Jasinski caught 3 wide, no cover. Harry Johnson the inside. Dead Cat bounced to 1-1. Then Dr. Hook, Our Dainty Lady and Dunkers. 500 metres left to go in the Crombie Lockwood. Off the back, and now he's about to put the acid into them. Al Bundy around to the 400 metres and 29.4 the quarter down the back. It's Al Bundy, Bone Chip, Silver Stream waiting in the passing lane, then Dead Cat Bounce. Dr. Hook around Jasinski, further back Harry Johnson. Al Bundy for home. He leads by 2. Bone Chip, Silver Stream. There followed Dead Cat Bounce, further back Harry Johnson. Uncas making ground on the passing lane, but Al Bundy, if he continues racing like this, he'll never need to sell another shoe in his life. Al Bundy too good. Second over Bone Chip. They were followed Uncas third. Then came Dead Cat Bounce, Our Dainty Lady, Dr. Hook. Further back in the field, Silver Stream, Jasinski. Back in the field then was Harry Johnson, and after the early mistake, Idle Bones was no chance. 332.2. Home in 28.5. Al Bundy takes the next step. David Butcher for Graham Rogerson and Peter Blanchard. Get away nicely. Bone Chip fights on strongly for the Iceman. Uncas makes good ground for third. Dead Cat Bounce, number 3, to make up the first 4. Crombie Lockwood, handicap trot over the 2700 and taken nicely here by...
Official placings, race 6, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. 2, 6, 10, 3, 4, 7. 2, 6, 10, 3, 4, 7. Horse 2, Al Bundy, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in 3:32.30. Mile rate of 26.5. Last 857.9. The 428.5. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths. 2, 6, 10, 3, 4, 7. Race 6, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot.
He's a real nice type, continuing at his winning way. Al Bundy, that's win 4 at start 9 tonight, raced by AJ Cormack, TJ Cormack and BJ Cormack. Congratulations. Great success. 5-year-old bay gelding out of Kelly Bundy, bred by D.V. McGill and T.A. Hansen. Graham Rogerson, Peter Blanchard, trained at Tui Karamia, and David Butcher, with a beautiful front-running drive, will get the favourite home in the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. 6, Bone Chip, gutsy in defeat. The Monkey Bones Brown 5-year-old gelding out of Linciola, raced by T.G. Casey and P.J. Hales. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. And third and 10, Uncas, the Sundon 7-year-old bay gelding out of Chiquita D. CW here, the owner. Robert Dunn, the trainer at Pukekohe, and John Dunn doing the driving. The totes will see Al Bundy a return, $3 even and $1.40, 3 and $1.40. 6, Bone Chip at $2.50, $2.50, and 10 Uncas at $2 even, $2. Quinella $9.70, $9.70. The trifecta $78 even, $78. And the first 4, $1,170.50, $1,170.50. 2 and 2 in the double. The Peridakis at $8.60, $8.60. 2 and 6 concession at $5 even, $5. And the 4, 2 and 2 treble, $31.50, $31.50. 5,842.82 live in pick 6 going into the third leg. Aotearoa Fisheries handicap pace, 2,700 metres. This will open the late quaddie and another double. There are no scratchings, only 2 place dividends available. Race 7, time to go at 6 minutes to 9 o'clock.
Times 5:08. Just missed that second one. The run home's 11:61. That first time 5:08. 1.5 by 5 by 3/4. 30:27. And the times, the sectional times 5:08 and 18:66. 3 Check the Mail bounces back to winning form. Start number 68, win number 15 by Cosmic Rumble out of Winsome Uno for the B. Jackson seat. Rendell, Elise Rahern, the trainer from the 1 Corborn Steve, keeping up his very good box 1 record. And the 4 Allegro Max has got that third call ahead of the 6. So fairly interesting race, that one there, Mark. But race number 9, it's the first leg of the quaddie. Lisa Rahern gets it with Check the Mail. So good result for her at the end. On to race number 10, the racingtips.co.nz. This one for the Class 4 sprinters, and time to go at 5 after 9.
Thank you, Daryl. As we get this result from race number 9, your race 10, Alpaca, Blue Signor, Bitcoin, and Felia coming out of box number 1, the C4 event, 5 after 9. 3, 1, 4 and 6, first leg of the quaddie. 3 Check the Mail, $6.80 and $2.10. 1 Corborn Steve, $2.70. 4 Allegro Max, $3.20. 1 and 3 Quinella, 19 even. 3, 1, 4 Trifecta, $343.40. 3, 1, 4 and 6, first 4, $1,486.10. 2, 1 and 3 Treble pays you $47.80. 3, 1, 4 and 6, the numbers first 4 across in the first leg of the TAB quaddie here on Trackside 1 Friday evening. Now, we were to take the action from Moonee Valley, and we hope to still do, but this is the scene in Melbourne. So this is what's happening. You can see in the background some very murky conditions in Melbourne. There is lightning and thunder activity. Most likely the lightning is what's keeping them off the track. So there is an indefinite delay in Melbourne for our night racing coverage. There's our TVN team. We'll be joining them throughout the night. We've got Jason Richardson and, of course, Terry Bailey, but they're on camera there as we've got an indefinite delay. So the first race will not go at 8:45. We're awaiting the action to come in from Melbourne. So 8:45 will not be the start time. We'll keep you informed and up to date as to whether the racing from Moonee Valley will go ahead and most likely back a race or 2. In the meantime, here on Trackside 1, we do have a wee bit of time up our sleeves before a nice race at Alexandra Park, the likes of Huey Green going around Tuahoka Punter in the next leg of tonight's Pick 6, where you need 2 and 2, the numbers to be alive. But tomorrow, as mentioned in the Thoroughbreds,